And we're live!
Yeah!
Hello all, and welcome back to the INVICTUS stream. My name, as always, is Mr. Harlan Guthrie, and I am here with my insane friend Alex. The Justice of the Peace, Chris. Who's muted of some sorts.
The law is blind, but also mute.
My ancient friend Michael.
Where's that?
And my dice rolling friend Justin.
87.
We are here with Deadlands Game 1, Part 3. Welcome all. Happy to be here this fine evening. We are excited. We left on a cliffhanger of sorts last week, and let me just tell you, we're having a long weekend up here, well, I guess in all of North America, so we are just working for the weekend, so to speak. So thank you all for being here. Give yourselves a round of applause. This is, of course, an 18-plus show. Anyone who's watched the INVICTUS stream before will know that we like to swear and say curse words such as, Justin?
Tiddlywinks.
That's right. Tiddlywinks, Farfanugan, whatever.
Slod knocker, whatever.
Slod knocker.
I wasn't ready for that one.
We do it all. So this is an 18-plus show. So if you feel like you are, not mature enough to handle a little bit of bad words, then you just go ahead, upvote the YouTube video, and then you can close it. But
grow up and come back.
And grow up and come back. Just make sure that you give it a thumbs up or a like before you leave. That's right. If you're watching this on YouTube, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up or a like right now. It makes us feel so much better. It makes Michael want to touch himself at night or stop touching. Which are we on now?
Well, you know what? The fact is, I will touch myself regardless. However, if you're going to give us a thumbs down, give us a fucking comment.
That's right.
Blindly give us a thumbs down. Let us know what we can improve.
Yeah, that's right. And a second part of that thought process being, don't do it. Or at least wait till the stream started before you give it. I think 90% of our videos now just have a thumbs down before it's even started. So clearly we have some hate mail in the form of downvotes. But that's okay.
It's probably like, boo, it hasn't started yet.
Yeah, in which case that's a weird reason to do it, but that's fine. In which case we approve. So if you're on YouTube, please go ahead and like the video. Also subscribe. We've had sort of a stalemate of subscribers of late, so go ahead, get your friends to subscribe, your mother, your father, all your cool people in your life, go ahead and get them to subscribe because it makes us feel that much better. Also, if you are on Twitter, go ahead and follow us on Twitter. We are at INVICTUS Stream. Justin loves to tweet out friendly fun facts and make a gay old time up there on the Twitter stream, so go ahead and follow us on Twitter. And most importantly, if you are on Facebook, which you should be in this day and age, go ahead, type the INVICTUS stream in the top bar, find the page, like the page, and then find the group and join the group, because the group is where all the cool people hang out. That's where these four nerds below and all of our great friends and family on the group page talk and interact and hang out. When you join the group, you have a chance to talk about what's going on in the game. You get to interact with other people who are watching the game. You get to share your experiences and stories about role-playing in general. You get to earn experience points and spend experience points. Experience points are a way that you can change the way we play the game. You can donate some this campaign to give us bennies, which help us in-game. Another great way to spend them is through various ways in all of our other campaigns and minigames, such as Running Dead and End of the World and a variety of different games that we play. So please go ahead and join. How do you earn said XP? Well, there are a few different ways. This campaign, we're proud to announce 3 unique ways that you can be earning. The first is the NPC game that we post every week. The second is the mid-game post. And the third is the MVP. So, as with all of the start of our intro videos, we're going to go ahead and announce the winners and such for that. So, without further ado, the winner of the NPC game, I'm going to throw it to Chris to give us a little rundown. Chris?
Thank you, Harlan. Well, this week we were doing the Call of Cthulhu NPC, so anything from that dark, insidious kind of world. We're going to go with, this week, if you want to give me a drum roll, Maximilian Fleischmann. Now, this is from Matthew Mayer McGuire, and he has a great write-up, gives a backstory to the NPC, gives him kind of a and it fits right in with the lore of the Call of Cthulhu by H.P. Lovecraft. So go ahead and take a look at that. It'll be included in our library, and if we ever use it again, we'll get an extra 10 XP. So thank you, Matthew.
Fantastic. Well done, Matthew. So you've won the NPC game, which we do every week. If you want to get in on that, check out tomorrow's post. We're going to be posting a new system. Make sure you read the details on that and add your character, your NPC, because then we just have a bank of these NPCs that you can use for your own games as well as you might see in ours. The second way that we like to spread around the joy, so to speak, is the mid-game post. Mid-game post is what we do mid-game, and we post it on the Facebook group, and the first 3 people to comment with the chosen phrase or word, and the 20th person all receive XP. So make sure you watch for that, because we don't give much warning, and it's always kind of a mad dash for who can comment first. And finally, my favorite, personally, the way that we have distributed XP is by awarding the most valuable post. That's right. So every week we like to look at what's been happening throughout the week and reward a little bit of bonus XP to the person or persons sometimes who've sort of developed the most interesting post that week that kind of inspired the community, maybe started a bit of conversation. And let me tell you, there were a lot this week. Isn't that right, Michael?
There were lots.
There were a lot of really fantastic stuff, and we had a tough debate over them.
I got 8 worthy ones, and then Chris added a few.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And that's not to say that every post wasn't important. Just these were the ones that already started a bit of community dialogue, had some interesting questions, some interesting comments. So this was a tough one, I got to say, tougher than most weeks. But I am very happy to announce the winner, Miss Paige Victoria Martin. For her post, which basically asked the community, how do you get over characters once you finish playing them? Something that we at the stream, first off, had not experienced as a conversation topic before, but also have personal experience in. We love our characters to an extent. We connect with them very much, and we always enjoy kind of seeing where they go. So it's tough when a campaign ends and we have to retire them, which in my case, I just bring them back for other games. So, well done, Paige. Fantastic post. You win MVP. I have 2 off-topic points I want to just touch on real quick. The first is a sincere and a heartfelt thank you to community member Chris Lawrence. Now, Chris has been with us for a long time now, and he has single-handedly push the community stream forward. The community stream is, these guys stream pretty much every 2 weeks. Currently they have Dungeon World being run by Jeff Romo, and they have Vampire being run by Bob Lyle, and a slew of guys under each of those. And Chris has organized, sorted, spearheaded, introduced every one of these games. So sincerely, Chris Lawrence has done a fantastic job of running this, managing this. We could not ask for a better community manager. As well as he won King of the Weekend by winning last week's posts competition, which I just kind of did out of the spur of the moment. Watch for those because they might come at any point. So, Chris Lawrence, thank you so much for everything you do, including everyone watching. Give Chris a big round of applause. He's doing a fantastic job, so thank you so much. The other thing I want to mention is the summer. Everyone's got a little bit of love going on in the summer. We all got things going on. That's just the sad truth. But don't you worry. We are in no way stopping any of the episodes. However, we are going to fill in a bit of the missed spaces while people are away with other games. So that means the lineup over the next 5 or 6 weeks is going to be a little different. So if you're looking for your Deadlands kick, you are going to get all 10 episodes, but they are going to be spread out a little bit. Next week, we are back here with Deadlands as scheduled. You're going to see Carver, Lacey, Lewis, Buddy, and the Marshal all hanging out, shooting, rooting, tooting, fluting, having a good time. So no worries about that. However, after that, we are proud to announce that we are going to have an end-of-the-world one-shot scenario. The week after that, we are going back into the world that we all love with The Running Dead. Woo! That's right, I'm clapping after every single announcement. After Running Dead, we are doing a brand new one-shot system that will be our very pretty Michael Barber. That was actually a system that was gifted to us through email and the guys who wrote it to give us to try out, and we wanted to honor that and appreciate that by running a system. So we are going to be running a one-shot of a game called Quest Core. And details of that to follow. Then I'm very excited to be diving back into a world that we have not touched on in a long time with a Swashbuckler's Life 2, GM'd by our very insane Alex. And then finally, we are going to have another one-shot scenario GM'd by Mr. Chris Viseau, which is most likely going to be Roll for Shoes, isn't that right?
Yeah, most likely.
Perfect. And then we are back on August 17th with Deadlands Part 5.
Yeah.
Now, I know it seems like a big bit of a break, but you know what? The summer, we all have stuff to do as well as you guys. So hopefully this gives you a way to sort of spread out your own watching. You don't have to feel like you come and pick up the games after or during the streams, wherever you want. But we are super excited to really give this sort of medley of stuff a wing, and who knows? Maybe a few of these will sort of cross into each other or bleed into each other as we dive into this bigger world or bigger web that we've sort of created together. So who knows? But that is the next 5, or I guess, yeah, Deadlands, End of the World, Running Dead, Quest Course, 6 weeks of videos. So Deadlands will be back next week, and then we'll be taking a bit of a sabbatical until August 17th. And why are we doing that? Well, we got everyone here is going away. We got Alex going to, where are you going?
Europe.
Europe? Yeah, we got the Marshal here. Where are you heading, Chris?
First, I'm going to Killarney for a big hike trip, and then I'm also going to Europe.
Look at this guy. And then we got Mr. Justin James. Where are you heading, buddy?
I'm going to Alberta.
Woohoo!
For some character research.
That's right, yes. Yeah, I really want to get to know the landscape, you know?
So, again, I mean, obviously, you guys know that we do this in our spare time. I mean, we don't do ads, we don't ask for money, we don't do anything like that. No Patreon of any sort. So this is all what we do because we love you guys and because we love doing this, and that's the truth. So in that respect, we also have to honor everyone's sort of own personal vacation plans and their significant others who want to leave every once in a Wednesday. So that's kind of where it comes from, and that's why we're going to be here for the next, or off sort of for the next 5 weeks, in a way. Anyway, that is enough from me. Hopefully Mark Lane has arrived because he asked me to filibuster until he could get here, which hopefully you are, Mark. If not, I cannot delay any longer. I am going to throw it to our very sexy Justin James to give a quick synopsis of what happened last week, and then we will run right into the game. Justin James, take it away, my friend.
Thank you, Harlan. Last time on Deadlands RPG. With Cole Ferguson locked in his cell, it was up to the deputies to start figuring out what was going on. What was this sickness that the sheriff had caught? Is this just the beginning of an epidemic? They spent the day interviewing the citizens of Halton, trying to make some sense of the sheriff's condition. Lily Turner, the blacksmith, offered that ghost rock from the mine sometimes made people crazy. Her husband, Mr. Sheffield, while helping young Stanton back to health, informed the deputies that the alcohol in the town sometimes had strange effects on the townsfolk, and Ferguson had been known to drink. Then there were the bees. The 4 men had hoped to stop by old Halton's farm later that day to speak to him about the hybrid bee roaches he was famous for, but they were approached by a man in Louisiana clothing seeking their help and distracting them. He'd apparently been a miner who stole little bits of ghost rock that he mined because, according to him, the foreman had been garnishing his wages. His ghost rock collection had grown a great deal over the years, and while he'd tried to hide the precious stones, the foreman had caught wind of where it was hidden and was on his way to track it down. He did not know the thief's identity, however. The deputies chose not to help. Tough luck to a thief. He was lucky that the foreman didn't know who he was and turn him in. Best he cut his losses and move on. The man was desperate, however, and did not react well to their decision. He left the bar, a broken, brooding man, and it wasn't long before he'd returned to the steps of the Bee in the Barrel where the deputies drank, murder in his eyes. In the muddy streets and darkening sky outside the bar, he shouted, "Carver, wait! I'm calling you out!" Chris?
Thank you, Lewis. That was really well done.
Thank you.
So Buddy stands on the steps of the Bee in the Barrel. Before him, Raymond, the Louisiana Cajun there, calling out Carver, as was said. And as the lightning strikes, you do see his shadowy visage on the canvas tent behind him of a hanging man, a rope dangling this lifeless body. And yet he stands before you, calling out Carver. Bring him out here. I want to see all of your crew.
Listen, Raymond. I don't know what it is you intend to do here. But I think we can help. What is it you need us to do?
It's too late for that. And he pulls his gun out to point it at you, buddy.
Can we?
Before we go ahead any further, I want to give some people some.
Righto. Now I still have a red one from last week that someone donated. I can't remember who.
Yeah, keep the ones that were donated by the stream.
Thank you kindly.
Anything else that you didn't use last year, we rolled for at the end. So starting at the end there with Lacy. Lacy, you're probably going to need these this game. You got 2 whites and a red.
All right.
Okay, and Carver.
Red. Wet and white.
Carver, you got 2 reds and a white.
2 reds and a white plus my red. That means I got 3 reds.
Okay, Lewis, 3 white.
Okay.
I feel like I should be calling you Louis from New Orleans.
Don't you dare!
I'm the king of the swinging pipe.
We got a blue, Buddy Jack, and 2 whites.
And I'm going to say that I also... Oh, shit.
Are you going to say that, buddy?
Oh, God, it's giving me a tough game.
Buddy Jax has been, because last game we ended where they were drinking.
Yeah, he's pretty hated.
He's playing it pretty well.
I had someone donate a Benny as long as it has to do with helping Judy.
Okay. And I also have Bob Lyle. I want to do a shout out for gifting me 5 XP for my post earlier. Thank you, Bob.
And before we go any further, I have to just say how
I'm gonna take another white.
impressed I am at the number of comments. You posted that like it must have been. Well, was it 15 minutes? I take it back. Sorry. I thought it was like 2 minutes. 48 comments. Jesus.
So if you want to impress Lacy, all you got to do is comment really quickly. So go ahead.
Yeah, just make it.
Comment quick.
You're hot, Lacy.
So, as
all right, let's get back to the mood.
All right, so I took another white, FYI, just because Bob.
Sounds good. So you guys don't hear any of this. It's just Buddy Jack's outside. You guys just talked to this kind of guy who, to you, seemed like he was crazy to come to the law for help.
Okay, but I feel like I have this extra sense for guns. So I want to roll and see that if he pulls his gun, do I just jump out and realize that he's got his gun pulled?
You are inside, Lacy.
I know. That's the whole thing.
So what edge and something that makes you feel like you can do this?
I feel like my true grit and my authority as a law enforcer.
No.
Damn it!
doesn't.
Fine.
Okay, I'm going to do this, though.
I
am going to buy another drink.
Yep.
And as I'm crossing towards the bar past the open door, do I see anything outside?
Okay. Well, I pictured the table you were sitting at was kind of to the corner, close to the front entrance.
Okay.
So you were sitting with your back to the window. So for you guys to get up. Now, I'd say Raymond sat with his back to the window because he didn't want to be seen as much. So, yes, I'm going to say as you stand up, you notice Buddy Jack is standing there, and he's looking very still and standing in a way that you wouldn't outside of a bar.
Yeah, so before I do, I asked, anybody want a drink? Lewis, you want another one, man?
Definitely.
Yeah, all right. Lacy, you got any money for a drink? I ain't paying you to drink again.
Just buy my drink, I'll pay you back.
Yeah, all right. So I get up and I walk over. So I see Buddy standing awkwardly by the front door.
Just outside on the front porch. You can see him through the windows.
So I'll call to him. Buddy, you want another drink?
Listen, Raymond. I think we need you out here.
No,
But maybe bring the rest of the boys.
It's Carver, buddy.
Raymond's. Listen, Carver.
So I walk out because I think he's had a bit too much to drink. And I walk out, and what do I see?
Well, sure enough, you see Raymond standing there in the mud, but not sinking in front of Buddy, standing there, pointing his gun at him.
Shit, Raymond, you put that thing away.
There you are, Carver. You come out here. We got business to settle.
What business do we have to settle? Raymond, you asked us to do a deed that is not befitting of new deputies in the town. What are you doing? Come in here. Get a drink.
It's too late for that, Carver.
Raymond, now listen to me.
And he cocks his gun.
You do not want to do that, son. And I unbuckle mine. You do not want to do that, son.
You get the impression he's about to fire. Now, I know you're a quick draw, Carver, so I'm going to give you the advantage on that one.
If he's about to fire, then I'll draw and fire on him.
Okay.
Shit, kid.
All right, so let's do this. Let's So as he's drawing his gun, because I'm giving you a quick draw, usually we go to initiative right away, but in the time it takes for him to draw and ready, you've already drawn and you can fire.
Okay.
Okay, so go ahead. And then we're going to draw cards.
So I will draw and fire. So what, I just roll again?
Yeah, so you're going to roll to your shooting.
Okay, shooting is 1d12 plus 1d6. So explode. 11.
11. So successful with one raise.
Yeah.
So now you do damage, which you add an extra d6 at the end after doing all explosions in order to account for that raise.
All right. So I drew my peacemaker, and I'm going to bluebell. So 2d6 plus 1. So it's going to be 3d6 plus 1, yeah?
Yeah.
So 9, 10, so 11 damage.
So 10 damage.
Sorry?
And that's 10.
Yeah, plus 1 because for the gun.
Oh, nice. Okay, so 10 damage. It hits him, and he staggers back a bit. Let's roll. Let's draw some cards right now. Hit him in the shoulder. Nice.
Hit him in the shoulder, eh?
Yeah.
Then you know what? I'm going to use a red and add 1d6.
Okay.
Because I can add it to damage, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Because I'm going to drop them. So another 3. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, so 14 damage.
Okay. So that's enough. You see it shoot him, and just blood explodes out the back of his chest. And he falls down to one knee.
Fuck it. And I put my gun away, and I walk over to him.
As he's standing up again, pulling his guns out. Carver, we're going to do this. And he goes to fire. Let's all take a card out at this point.
Motherfucker. 9.
Oh!
Oh, nice.
Okay, so the order we're going in is Lacy anytime, followed by Buddy, followed by Carver, followed by Louis, and then me. Okay, Lacy, you jump in anytime you want. Buddy, you're first.
I will draw my gun and fire again then.
Okay, so I'm just kidding.
Sorry, Buddy's first. Buddy's first.
He can jump in if he wants, so doesn't he?
No, Lacy can jump in anytime. Buddy goes first.
Oh, I'm sorry. My apologies.
All right, I think I'll take the -2, and I'll draw my cold peacemaker, and I'll put this boy at peace. So I'm gonna roll. Oh, fuck.
So roll your shooting.
Shooting plus a wild. Is that correct?
Correct.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Now,
Oh, but it's
I
a -2.
also use my blue chip. Wait, what do I got here?
What are your blue chips?
Someone donated a penny
Focus, buddy.
so that I could survive this encounter.
It's only one chip, not two.
So what chip do you want to use?
I'll use the blue.
The blue chip allows you to roll 1d6 without me getting a bonus chip, which I should get from Carver's last one. So go ahead and add a d6 to that roll.
Well, what I want to do is use it for damage.
I got another white one. So you got.
But you haven't hit because you're at a -2. Remember?
Well,
Oh.
right. No, he actually. That's right, because he's drunk.
Well, no, because he tried to draw and fire in the same round.
Not to mention he's drunk, which I'm giving you guys all -1 from now on.
Ah.
Oh, well, sorry, Carver. I probably shot you in the back as you were walking up.
So as Buddy shoots, the streets start clearing as people are screaming and trying to get inside.
Jesus Christ, buddy. Fuck.
Lacy, you hear the firing going on outside. Lewis, you hear the same thing. People are looking at the windows. It's those new sheriffs again. I don't know why he deputized them.
Everyone shut up! And I draw and fire again.
Go ahead.
And the Benny lets me reroll which?
The white
The
one
white.
will... Yeah, that's right.
Is it both or just...
Both.
So both, I'm going to use it white. I'm going to reroll both.
I
That's
realized I was
worse.
on mute.
I'm going to use another white. I'm gonna
Remember,
reroll.
you need it for healing too, right? It really helps with your healing.
Yeah, I still got 2 reds.
Okay.
Here we go. So there we go. That's better.
Okay. So, successful with a raise. Now you got to roll for damage again.
All right. And that's another D6 additional because of the raise?
That's right.
So that's 3d6 plus 1, but minus the 1 because... Now, does this explode? I forget.
No, not the one that's the D6.
Not the damage.
Let
Okay.
me think about that for a second. Yes, it does explode. However, you can't stack. Like, if you got multiple raises, it's still only 1d6, but that 1d6 can explode. So go ahead.
Okay. All right. Perfect. So there we go. Anyway, so that's
7.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, minus 1. So
Carver,
11.
you're a pretty sharp shot. And you know that a lesser man would have dropped from that bullet. But he seems to keep walking towards you with his gun out.
Even after firing at him.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I immediately jump up in my seat, if I can interject here, and say to the rest of the bar, "Stay here. We'll check it out." And I dive through the saloon doors,
Right.
and like a running Superman jump into a tumble, and I
Right.
come up with both guns pointing, and I do a perception roll.
Okay.
I want to know what's going on with this fucker.
He can do all that. He can do all that. I just want to make sure because he can interrupt, obviously, but I still want to move on the end of my turn, just so we
Yes.
can.
He can interrupt your turn. At the end of your turn, you can move, though. Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so Lacey,
So-
I'm going to allow you to do this spectacular thing.
Excellent.
You jump and you end up outside, because really he could have walked, and it's just more cool this way. So he ends up outside in the mud. He tumbles, mud's dripping from him, and you see what lays before you. Buddy Jax is kind of leaning against the post, trying to fire, clearly inebriated. Carver is affected by the whiskey, but seems to be holding it better. Fired a few times at this guy, and he's looking a little confused at his weapon.
Jesus.
And there, sure enough, is Raymond with his gun out, walking towards them.
Now, do I notice anything about Raymond other than the
Yes,
fact?
let's do, what kind of roll? You acknowledge the fact that he's not sinking into the mud the way it should be. It's raining, it's coming down, it's a thunderstorm at this point, and it doesn't seem like it's he's getting wet, let alone sinking into the mud.
So there's rain sound. Not only are we having a battle in the street, but there's also rain.
All right, I got it. Just chill.
All right, I got to think about this. Continue on.
Okay,
You
so
interrupted.
Carver, continue. I'll let him have it.
All right, so I want to move into a position where he would have to parry instead of shooting me.
Okay, so you can run parry instead of shooting. What do you mean by that?
Well,
Not that he'd have to melee attack?
how does parry work again? When he shoots at me
Parry
at
is
close
only for
range.
no. Yeah, that's right. It's a melee. It's considered a melee because you're trying to.
Yeah, which
you know,
means
get a
I can.
shot off.
Which means I can parry it.
So you need to run at him, right close up to him.
Exactly. So I'm going to do that. So basically, I fire at him once. He goes down, and I put my gun away. I take a few steps towards him, which I was doing. Then he's back up. I draw again and fire at him again. And I realize these aren't doing anything. So I
Right.
run over to him so that when he tries to draw, I can at least try to parry the gun away from him.
Sounds good. Lewis?
That's where I'm at turn.
All right. Well, I guess I'm sitting at the bar by myself.
Well, you would have heard the shots.
Oh,
Oh
for
yeah,
sure.
definitely. I
Everybody's
definitely heard the
watching out
shots.
the window, right? There's everybody in the bar has cleared their stools and are standing there with their
Everyone
drinks.
said, Lewis, I need you!
And I finish my last shot, and I run out into the streets. And the situation is that Buddy is on the ramparts, I guess, with me.
He's dropped his card.
All right, what's the situation out there? I step outside.
So you step outside and you see Lacy he just did a front roll into the mud, so his back's all muddy. And there's Carver, who's just run up to Raymond, and he looks like he's about to engage in a physical brawl type thing.
Okay. So
And Buddy's leaning against a post.
What does
Thinking of Judy.
what does Raymond look like he's doing?
Raymond looks like he's about to shoot at Carver. He looks like he's got anger in his eyes and bloodlust. He does not look like the same kind of timid guy that was in there. He looks completely different in the sense his presence seems different, right? He doesn't seem like an intimidated. You can intimidate him at all.
How close is he to Carver?
He's moving within close range within this round. He's in close range.
In that case, I'm going to cast Lower Trait on Raymond.
That's okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna lower his shooting ability.
Cool.
All right. So let's see if I can do it. First of all, I need to roll my spell casting. Okay, I'm successful.
Nice.
Okay.
And yeah.
Does that spend
And,
PP?
What's that?
Does that spend PP?
PP.
Power points.
PP.
Yes, it does. It does spend PP. I do take -1. I take -2 PP for that.
Okay.
PP.
So
And-
you can see it has affected him. He slows. He kind of loses his concentration on Carver, and touches his fingers together, and looks at you, Lewis.
Why me? I'm just stepping out of the bar, shuffling.
Exactly. You're the one moving.
Every day you're shuffling.
All right.
Everybody's moving.
So Lewis, anything else?
Nope. I'm hiding behind a
Rain barrel?
a post though.
Yeah. Okay. So you're kind of parallel on the other side of the door. You can see Buddy. You're parallel with him.
Okay.
Okay. So the lightning strikes again, and he disappears for a moment. And when he reappears, he is the hanging man.
Oh my
He
god.
seems to drop down and come back at you guys again. Now, all of you guys are going to roll a grit roll.
All right.
Now, this is pretty spooky. You haven't seen anything like this before in town. However, because you guys are all drunk, I'm actually going to give you an advantage.
Nice.
So,
Look at me
where would it give you a -1? You're actually going to have a 0 to that. So, go ahead and roll it. You just got to beat your grit. Remember to add
1. What do we roll? 1d4?
add your grit to it. Yes. Hold
A
on
D4?
one second.
And a D6.
And a D6.
All right.
Sorry,
Oh,
we
we have to beat our grit,
Nope, your grit gets added to it as a modifier.
and we
Oh
have
my
to beat
God.
which number? Oh, it's just a success. I follow. Okay.
And I give minuses based on the fear
Nice.
level and town and things.
And
Well, I
ours.
think I'm gonna pee myself.
Did you fail there, buddy?
No, he looks like he's okay.
Oh, because we got a -1. Oh, we got -1, but we had our grit.
I'm not buying this guy's shit at all.
So I was just about to pee my chaps, but I'm good.
They explode too.
I have 15.
Wow.
Sorry, here you go, guys. It's actually a spirit roll that you add your grit to.
Whoa.
Oh, mine would have been a
Oh.
d12 anyway.
Okay, so if you want to re-roll, if you weren't successful at all, you can
Well,
try
I
it.
have like 15 anyway, so I'll take it.
I'm good.
Oh, how many times did that thing explode? Holy moly.
That's what I'm saying.
All right, Carver, so yeah, you're not buying any of this. You're like,
I ain't buying
whatever.
this shit.
If I can shoot it, it can die.
That's right. And I fan the hammer.
Okay, so unfortunately, though, he's going to shoot at you guys. Carver,
I wouldn't actually.
Buddy was the first one in the altercation, so he's actually... Buddy, he's going to fire at you.
Gonna fire at me? What a frickin' bastard.
What a frickin' bastard!
Oh, sorry. Don't mind that D6 there.
Wow, 12. Jesus Christ.
Okay, so sure enough, he hits you.
He's got 12 for shooting?
So he got, let's see here, how many raises is that? 19. Now, Carver, I'm going to allow you to try to interrupt that. So I'm going to let you do an agility roll to try, because you're within close distance, so it would be hard for him to shoot around you, right? So
Yeah.
go ahead and try to do either an agility.
Now,
I want to
move.
parry him. I want
now
to
parry.
he does have a lowered die trade in his shooting. In his shooting.
He would, yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to reroll that first, or do you want me to try parry first?
I'm not rerolling.
Okay. Well, what's the point in casting the trait then?
You'll find out.
Oh, okay. Then I will parry. I'll try to parry it. So how does the parry work again? I just roll my.
So your parry, how it actually works is it's just like an armor class thing. So I need to get above your parry as opposed to just being a 1d4. It's going to be your parry roll. So what is your parry?
So my parry is 7.
7. So for example, I need for it to be a raise, it needs to be 4 above 7. So for this one, I still got the raises.
Okay.
Okay. So because it's damage roll, so how parry works is it just makes it harder to hit you.
I thought
Right, 'cause you're
I
parrying.
could smack the gun from his hand or something.
You do. That's exactly what's happening. But the mechanics of it is some people are better at parry, some people are better at dodging. But a range attack is always the same. You don't have to worry about parry. I just have to get over a 4. But now I have to get over a 7 when I'm shooting at you.
Okay, I gotcha.
Right? Okay, so it hits with a raise. So what is your toughness there, buddy?
Well, my toughness is a 5.
So it was enough to hit you. But when it hits you, you're shaking. You got to think about it for a second. But you look down, and it's just a rock that hits you. It's not a bullet. Okay?
Huh.
So you're not penetrated. You feel it hit you, and it hit hard.
Well, I'm glad he's not penetrating
But
me.
you're definitely thinking about it right now. But it wasn't a bullet.
Do we all see this?
Yeah.
Okay. Do we redraw?
So you look over at Buddy because he shoots at him, and you expect him to be bleeding out because he hits him pretty good.
Yeah.
But a rock just bounces off him.
Buddy, you all right?
I'm gonna say I'm A-okay.
That's all draw, guys.
I fire off
Oh wait,
3
Lacey's
more
still
shots.
on the move. Lacey, did you attack yet?
No.
Okay.
But-
But he jumped out the door, right?
Now, just
didn't do anything, though.
for whatever posterity, I have a new trait that I've leveled up with. And if I draw a 5 or lower, I can draw another card. So I'm going it.
you got it.
So
I,
that's also for lower.
I'm watching this all go down.
That's also a 5. So I'm back at 9.
Nice. I'm watching this all go down, and I'm not liking the fact that the shots aren't taking this guy down, and he just threw a rock at Buddy, which should have been a bullet. And I roll back into the bar through, and I do like a reverse jump, and I immediately yell out, "Who's got some ghost rock?"
Okay, we're
Who's
gonna
got
keep
some
that.
ghost rock?
Sounds good. And there's a few miners in there that, sure enough, probably would have something on. Well, might
you
have something
jumped
on.
out into the
There
mud.
shouldn't be
and then you
miners
went-
in the bar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna say that's fine. There shouldn't be miners in the bar.
No miners in the bar.
Earth workers.
No underage.
Lacey, that's what happened at the end of your last turn. We're gonna move on to the next round, though. I think Lewis had a king there, so we're gonna go Lewis, then
Nope,
Raymond.
I had a jack.
Oh, I'm sorry, Buddy. What do you got there?
What? I don't know.
A 10.
Gonna say a 10.
Okay, well then it's me first, followed by Lewis, then Lacey, then Buddy, followed by.
And
Okay.
what is the order for remembering the
Reverse alphabetical.
That's
reverse
right.
alphabetical?
So spades, hearts, diamonds, clubs.
Yeah, so
Spades, hearts.
before Lacey.
All right.
Yeah.
So Carver, he reaches towards you and tries to place his hand on you. Okay, so we're gonna roll against your parry there.
Oh, me? I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay,
You don't
parry?
have to do anything. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Unfortunately, you're able to block it away however you do.
Can I take his gun when I parry it, or just smack it?
He was actually reaching with his non-firearm gun because he's trying to place his hand on you.
Can I grab his arm and twist it and break it?
You can on your turn. Yep.
Okay, that's fine.
Claimed
Okay.
Will.
Just curious.
I claimed it.
You
FYI.
claimed what?
A white chip
Who?
from Will Finazzo.
Oh, yeah, Will did give you one. He accidentally said me, and then he reneged. Thanks, Will.
Okay, Lewis, your go.
All right. So I can see him reaching for Carver. Carver, you're not on the ground right now, are you?
No, I'm standing with my gun in my hand. 4 shots left. Bless it, buddy.
Has the enemy dropped his gun yet?
No.
Okay. I am going to... I'm going to do boost trait on Carver. And I'm just trying to eye the situation. I'm like, what's he going for? What's he getting at right now? Is he going to shoot him or is he going to try to grab him? And taking a gamble, I am actually going to... Can I boost his toughness?
I don't know. Can you?
It says boost. It's boost trait. So I guess that's skills or attributes. So I guess I could boost his vigor.
Yeah, and that would in turn boost his toughness.
All right, so I'm gonna do that.
Cool. Thanks, buddy.
And as I'm doing that, I'm gonna start siding down the side of the bar so that I can get closer to behind the guy, Raymond.
By the railing, you mean?
By the railing. Yeah, just try to flank him.
Okay, so you're moving along the porch towards the...
Just casually.
Sounds good. Yep.
Sudden movements.
Do you need to roll or anything? Just
I do have to roll for the spell, yeah. You're right.
Okay, go ahead.
All right.
Is this because you don't have enough power points?
Whoa!
Nice.
I'm just spending power points. I'm not doing the betting.
Sounds good.
Reroll that 12, man. Oh!
All right.
Reroll the 6 again though, because it might stack higher still. You never know. Okay.
No. Okay.
So,
so 23.
So 4 levels up.
23. So he's gonna get a boost of, I believe, 2 die types. I'm gonna double check that, but
all right, we'll say 2 die. No, we'll just go with it.
Well, I'm at 1d4 right now, so
keep the pace high. So you're actually going to be at a 1d8. Yeah.
Nice. So I feel the surge coming through me, and I look over at Lewis because we've been a long time traveling together, and I give him a wink and a nod.
All right, Lacy, your turn.
All right, so I'm in the bar, and someone gives me a ghost rock.
Well, ghost rock is exceptionally expensive, and everyone kind of looks around, kind of like they don't trust you to begin with, and giving you a volatile thing like that. But they all look seemingly towards the innkeeper, Charles, because the only one who would have ghost rock would be someone who's wealthy enough to. So Charles is likely to have it, and he probably uses it to heat the whole place in the winters.
And I say, Charles, ghost rock me, just for a moment. I just need it for a moment.
Okay, you're gonna have to try to convince him.
How about instead I say, Charles, give it to me, and I intimidate him
with your guns out.
Because my guns are still out.
Sounds good.
Give it to me. I'll give it back. I promise. Because I've got intimidate in a D12.
So more or less are holding the place up. Am I right?
Just the innkeeper. No, I've got the guns out. It's like incidentally. I have my guns out because there's a gun battle
and
going
you're
on
intimidating him to give you ghost rock.
Oh yeah, but they would also
you're right. I'm holding him up. Okay.
You would also hear the gunfire outside and assume
For sure.
there's some sort of battle.
Right, yeah, I get that.
Excuse me. I've been drinking, innkeeper. Just give me some fucking ghost rock and I'll bring it back, I promise.
And he nods to the boy who was helping bring the drinks and he says, get him some. Lacy, we don't want any trouble here.
I'm not going to give you any trouble.
The kid runs over and you can see by this, in a locked box. It looks like an iron box. He opens it up and he carefully grabs one and he walks slowly to you and he hands it to you. And you see this translucent gray stone.
And I snatch it out of his hand with just enough force that it's a snatch, but not enough to make anything explode. Okay.
All right, sounds good.
And
all right,
I jump back out, doing another rolling forward flip.
Just rolling everywhere.
Ooh, ha, he, ha.
Just walk, Lacy.
Yeah,
walk.
similar.
Run if you gotta get there fast.
No, I'm jumping. I gotta jump.
Lacy, we're gonna end your turn there though, so you get out with the ghost rock. You're not gonna be able to throw it, buddy. Your turn.
Well, I don't see any reason not to shoot again.
Except for that,
He's slumped against the side.
as he didn't hit him out of the
Oh, nice.
Okay,
Explode.
explosion.
It's all exploding. It's
How do I do
working.
Circle
It's
thingy.
working.
Just click
Click on it.
There you go.
I did.
This is like real life Buddy Jacks.
How do I work
Wait, how
this
do I?
computer?
Wait a second. Cock
Role
this
playing
gun.
really well.
Okay, 11.
11.
So
Nice.
you got 1 raise on that. So make sure when you do damage, you add an extra d6.
Absolutely. So now I'm doing damage. Is that what you're saying?
That's right. 2d6.
Plus 1d6 because of a raise.
That's right. All right, and explode that 1 die.
Nice.
So you got 18 points there. So you got.
And we'll add 1 to that.
Well, you're
That's
drunk.
right, we're
so-
adding 1.
You're drunk, so it's 18.
Okay,
Fair
so
enough.
No, it goes up and it's yeah.
Carver, you hear a whistle over your left ear as a shot rings past you. It smokes him in the forehead, and he opens his eyes, looking at you, and the bullet pops out.
Shit. Oh, fucking hell.
All right, let's go to you, Carver.
Well, we already established that he can't be talked to, and now he can't be killed. And my ghost bullets aren't done yet because I asked for what,
Yes.
2 days ago. What?
Your ghost bullets. What about them?
Well, remember I asked her to make ghost bullets?
That's right. They're not done yet.
Yeah, that was like an hour ago, not even.
Yeah.
So what the hell could we kill him with? And he won't be reasoned with, and he won't take shots.
Again, the lightning strikes, and you see him a hanging man before you. And then as soon as the flash is over, he's back standing in front of you.
So is there any, like, is it the shadow of a hanging man or a hanging man standing before me?
It was a shadow to begin with, but now it seems like he keeps being brought up into a hanging position and then jumping back down.
And in the hanging position, can I see the rope, or he's just standing like that?
You see a rope.
Can I shoot the rope?
You have to be really lightning fast, right? It's happening in the flash of the lightning.
Yeah, that's me, baby.
You can give it a try, yeah.
Well, I feel like that might not be it. Should I just choke him to death? I guess. I feel like that's not good, though.
Carver, I know you want to keep thinking about it. I'm going to defer you so you can go anytime on the next round. Let's all draw cards, okay?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Sure.
So everyone, if someone else wants to go, for example, we can bring it up. What do we got there? So far we got Buddy.
Joker!
Oh, there we go. So you actually get anytime and then anytime again.
Perfect.
And then we're going to have Buddy. Then we're going to have Lewis, followed by myself, and then Alex.
Okay. Yeah.
Again, Carver, you don't have to go. You can defer.
I know, but I just have no idea what to do because he's not taking our bullets. I don't want to keep wasting bullets. I don't have any fathom. There's nothing that insinuated what we're supposed to do.
Where's Judy?
Sure, I'll try choking him.
Where's
Yeah, go ahead.
Judy?
Okay, I'll start off by choking him, I guess, which seems odd.
Judy's
But I'll do
going to
that.
have my rope.
Well, I'll take off my belt. No, I won't. I'll just choke him with my hands. All right, so I'll use my 9 to do that because that's just a regular one, and I will roll. What would it be? Parry, fighting, I guess.
You're going to roll against it. Same thing. So you roll your fighting,
My fighting. Okay.
and then you go against his parry.
So 1d10 plus 6 is going to be exploding 10.
Nice.
So 11.
11. Yeah, so you start choking him. And he's trying to claw your hands away from him.
Do I see?
He looks at you in the eyes and says, "That's already happened once, Carver. Didn't keep me down then." And you see his eyes flash to the gallows.
So I look over at the gallows. Are they doing anything?
Nope, you just see a rope swinging in the wind.
Okay, so he was hung on the gallows and now he's back. So he's a ghost. How do you kill a ghost? Do I have salt on me?
No, you don't have salt on you.
So I'm going to run to the gallows, I guess, then?
Okay, so you're going to drop him and run?
I guess. I don't know. I have no frame. I have the other joke. I'll save that. Someone else go first. Alex,
Well,
clearly
you can
have an idea.
move on this turn as well, because you just choked, so you can move as well if you want to start making your way to the gallows.
So I didn't do any damage to him, choking.
It doesn't appear to be. It seems like you could even talk through it.
So I will take my hands off him and I will step back and I will wait till someone makes sense of anything.
Sounds good. So next was, I believe, Buddy.
Well, I'm gonna give a little whistle
Give a little whistle.
and see if Judy comes by.
Okay, go ahead. You're gonna have to use your horsemanship.
Like my riding?
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna say Judy's being
A bitch.
obstinate again.
You realize, Buddy Jack, that you can't whistle. Damn it! And even if you could, the rain is coming down so hard that it can't be heard.
Sounds like more rain.
Lewis.
All right, so as I'm walking along the planks, I'm going to do an Arcana roll, because something's wrong, something's fishy, that he's not going down with bullets, and he's throwing rocks at people at lightning speed. So I'll do Arcana. It's not my best roll, but... No dice.
Okay. Again, you can use points if you want to, or you can just keep move on.
You know what, I'm going to use a white Benny. Can I do the full reroll, or just roll one die?
No, we'll give you the full reroll.
All right. Oh, and that one. Okay,
Nice.
one of them exploded.
Yeah.
All right, so a 5.
Still
Okay.
success, though.
So you know for a fact that your spell worked on him. When you connected with whatever it is you're connecting with, the dark powers that reside in you, Lewis, you felt the connection, and it worked. And you could tell he reacted. So something's working with what you did to him. In addition to that, you get the impression that you've heard things of ghosts in the past and poltergeists having an anchor. And some ghosts are anchored to items within the town,
Perfect.
forcing them to not be able to leave. If that anchor moves, they also move with the anchor.
All right. And I shout this to Carver as he takes a step back. I say, there might be some sort of anchor, some sort of item that is keeping him here. Try moving things around, whatever significant.
And I look over to the gallows. How far are the gallows from me?
Just on the other side of the bee in the barrel. So like, it's in the alleyway between two of the buildings. It's in a clear spot that the sheriff put it up there so that people see, right?
One turn or 2 turns, or
You'll get there this round.
then I will play my Joker and I will interrupt whoever is next, and I will move.
Carver, and this also rings a bell to you because you're sure that any normal person in the conversation you had in the bar would see reason and leave town, but clearly now he's not able to do so, and so his frustration's coming out now. So Carver, you run over, you're underneath the gallows, you're sitting looking up at the rains coming down on you, and you see the rope swinging in the wind.
And I will grab my boot knife and I will cut down the rope.
All right. So as you do that, you see you hear like a guttural scream coming from Raymond. You leave that, Carver. You wouldn't help me, and now you're going to end. Okay, go ahead. So you're just actually going to damage it, okay? So we're going to go ahead and try damaging it.
All right. With my knife?
Yeah.
That would
The
be
rope?
what, fighting?
Yep.
Okay.
Damage the rope with his knife?
That's right.
So
No, sorry, it's Carver. There's no fighting roll. You don't have to see if you hit it. You just
Oh.
see how much damage you're doing.
boot knife, I never wrote down the damage. So
It's 1d4 plus 1d4, I believe.
Perfect.
Plus your strength, I guess, if it's...
Which I
dagger is
have,
1d4 plus strength.
and my strength is 1d4. So just 2d4?
Okay.
Is that how it works? We'll try it. So 4. That's
Okay.
nice. 4. 2. So that's
Okay.
8, 9, 10.
So
And I'm looking over at Raymond as I'm cutting in the rain. Fuck you, kid.
So you can see you're about halfway. You're almost through. Like one more, a little bit longer, you're all the way through. Okay. Next is my turn. So he looks over at you, Carver, and he sees what you're doing, and the lightning flashes, and he disappears. And the lightning flashes again, and he's right there before you. And again, he's going to try to shoot you.
Is he close enough that I can parry it? Or?
He is. He did.
Okay.
He's just in this rage. He's not even thinking straight. He ran up close enough.
So that lower skill, I think, lasts 3 rounds.
Again, it doesn't seem to be affecting his.
Shot?
His shot.
Okay.
But sure enough, a rock flies by you, Carver. And and he's just raging in front of you. Lacy, your turn.
So now I get to go, eh?
Well,
fool. Am I in shooting range
Oh yeah.
of Raymond?
Yeah, you gotta be careful that you don't miss badly enough that you hit Carver, but you're definitely in shooting range.
Yes, not again.
Oh, fuck. Well, I really just wanted to try this right from the get-go, from getting the Ghost Rock. So I throw the Ghost Rock at Ramon. Okay? But while it's flying through the air, I also shoot it, so it becomes this exploded shrapnel-y Ghost Rock.
Yeah,
so just in case it fails,
it's
you
exploded.
can't sell it back. Perfect.
By the way, Lacy, I'm going to give you a -2 to hit this because it's small. I should really give you a negative 4. So let's do that. -4.
But you're nice. Come on.
No, -4. Plus you're drunk, so -4 is going to stay.
It should be like -6.
Then, you know what? I don't do anything. I just throw the rock. Do I throw the rock?
No,
Does
you
it even
can't
leave my
change.
hands?
Yeah, you threw the rock and you fired, so you got to lower 1 bullet. It just your bullet. I mean, it was a shot in the dark, literally, to try to hit this thing because it's a dark stone. You got to remember that you're throwing in the middle of a raining storm. That would have been spectacular if you did it.
So I don't, because I hit.
Okay.
I got 2s.
So
does the rock does the rock hit?
That would be shooting. No, it doesn't. Let's roll for that. Let's roll for throwing. Do you have a skill in throwing?
7. Oh, so I have shooting. I used shooting.
Shooting's not the same as throwing.
Okay, then no, I don't.
1d4 and a 1d6. 1d4 and 1d6. Let's see.
Okay.
Is shooting not the same as throwing? What if you had like throwing daggers?
Exactly, it's different.
Is it?
3 and 1.
Throwing is a skill you can have. Because I have some of my creatures that happen to be throwing rocks at you presently.
3 and a 1. I don't
think So the rock sails and lands about 4 feet from Raymond.
In front of him?
What the fuck, Lacy? Jesus Christ.
Damn it.
So we gotta draw another card. Come on, boys.
All right.
Okay, here we go.
Carver, you know what?
Queen.
I forgot to give you a +2 on that roll.
That's all
I'll
right.
give you a +2 on this next roll. Ace, nice.
I'm also a big queen.
Queen.
And reverse
Lacy,
alphabetical.
come at the end. He's going to be the end. Let's start with you, Lewis.
All right. So has Carver made it past Raymond?
Carver is cutting the rope, and Raymond is up close trying to attack him.
All right.
Longest rope ever. It's like a tree trunk.
Then I'm gonna use.
Have you ever tried to cut a rope with a knife?
Attack him.
My knife is sharp.
It's so hard though. A hemp rope with a knife, it's tough.
In the range.
How's he trying to attack him? Just by like swinging at him?
He was again shooting at him, but rocks keep flying over his head.
Right. Okay. Then I'm gonna use deflection. And so they have to. So anybody who's attacking Carver.
Alex got a joker. Damn it.
Oh, never mind.
No, let's continue. I was delayed.
Okay. So with a standard success, attackers must subtract 2 from their fighting, shooting, or other attacks directed at the user, and a raise increases the penalty to -4. So I'm going to try to add that to Carver's list of buffs.
Does it cost PP or just a roll?
Oh, it costs PP. Everything I do takes.
Well,
PP.
Okay.
Little PP here, a little PP there.
Why didn't you roll?
Here a P, there a P, everywhere a PP.
There it is. Oh, sorry, it didn't show up. So 6 was my original roll. So it's a success, but no boost or no raise.
So that's against my rolls or to help Carver's?
It's whenever someone is shooting at Carver, they get a -2 to their attack.
Sounds good. And I gotta look up the rules again, but I'm pretty sure I get a -2 just for being close distance as well. I think that also applies. All right, that might only be with the large weapons. So next in line was Buddy
Jacks. Yeah.
All right, well, I'm going to use my white Benny. I don't know what the hell for anymore. To try to call Judy again and be like, Judy, damn it, this is for real.
This is a drunken fight for sure.
Where are you when I need you?
Yeah.
Come on, Judy.
Me and
Damn it,
Lewis
Judy.
trying to solve the issue. Lacey throwing rocks and Buddy whistling for his horse nonstop.
There's some guy frickin' throwing rocks at me.
Yeah. All right, go ahead.
Well,
So you're
now
still
that
trying
you
to
say
licking your lips.
frick,
Get those
Judy.
crackers out of there.
All right.
There we go, Judy.
Yeah. So where did you? So the horse actually in the lightning, I guess, had gotten away because it's a bad horse, but it wasn't too far over. It was drinking from a. It's a stupid horse because it's drinking from a trough and there's puddles everywhere. And you hear
Right.
you see it
What
pull
you
around the
say?
corner and start running towards you. And sure enough, Buddy Jacks, it gets up to you.
All right. Well, from there, I'm going to take my rope out. Because I don't know what's out of that yet.
All right.
Where
All right,
the
so-
fuck are we?
All right, let's go on. Lewis, you've gone. I believe.
All right. My turn.
Good
Oh,
girl,
before
Judy.
you. Now that I've got the Joker, I'm gonna go before you. Carver
Wait,
Wade.
Lacey, that's your second Joker. Did you shuffle your deck between?
I did. It's a totally different color.
No. Did you shuffle your deck after drawing the first Joker?
I shoved the Joker back in the bottom.
So you gotta shuffle your deck first.
Well, I basically
I'll let him
did.
have it. Anyway, who cares?
I'm gonna give it to you, Lacey. Go ahead.
Oh, thank you. So I run and grab that piece of ghost rock that fell 4 feet from the ghost.
Yeah, you're gonna run up and grab it.
Yeah, I am
Can
actually.
you tumble towards it again? Can you do it?
I'm doing a tumbling roll towards it. Yes.
All right.
Like over and over again.
All right. So
Is that
Lacey,
thunder right
you tumble towards it.
I'll tumble for
Okay,
ya.
so now I just do a real quick, toss and blast. I'm done the throwing of the rock, but I'm still gonna blow it up in the direction of the ghost. Does that work?
Naturally.
Like this. Bang.
Seriously? Okay. Yeah. Give that a
Yeah.
try. Yeah. Go ahead.
Shooting. Are you gonna give me any negatives this time? Because hey.
No, it's gonna just go against the rock's toughness.
Okay. So I got a 2 and a 5. Not bad.
All right. So Carver, over your back shoulder, you hear a loud bang. Okay. And shrapnel of burning hot. You just see this like flaming shrapnel coming everywhere. And Buddy Lewis, you see this big explosion. So
Jesus Christ!
let me see how I do this.
Does it blow up in my face?
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
it's explosive. Don't you remember? That's the whole thing. It's like gasoline on steroids.
I thought it would go forward.
I am gonna use this on you.
Okay, so everybody. Okay, I'm gonna see how much you're all
Not
in
to
the
mention that
blast
costs like
radius.
$300.
Yeah,
Jesus.
it costs a lot.
I just
So-
remembered I was going to give it back to him, too.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna go
well,
ahead
just
and
drop
do 2d4. These are for you, Lacey. Okay.
Okay.
So 7. Does that beat your toughness?
My toughness does, yes. My toughness, I have 5.
Okay, so you are. Let me think about this first. Not with a raise, though, right? No, because 5.
No. Yeah.
So
No,
it's
okay.
shaking. It hits you, and you're like
Ah.
stunned. You're stunned. Your eyebrows are smoking.
Oh.
And, you have these shrapnels sticking out of your chest.
Jesus!
Carver, I'm gonna roll for you next.
Your turn. Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Okay, so it hits you in the back, but it's not enough to do any damage. You just hear this loud explosion. Your ears are ringing. And for the poltergeist,
Fuck.
Yeah,
Lacey,
I was gonna
go
say,
ahead and roll 2d4, please.
Who, Harlan?
You, Lacey, because you're trying
Because
to.
you're the one that shot.
He's within the
Okay,
blast
yeah.
radius as well.
2d4. Boo. Boo.
All right, he didn't even turn around. He's just so fixated on Carver right now.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, let's keep going. So you're
All right, it's
shaking.
like the epitome of a
Lacey,
backfire.
remember your
It's now my turn, and I'm gonna continue just cutting this until it's done.
Okay. So as soon as you get through Carver, Raymond disappears, and in front of you, the rope drops with a body as it gets so heavy at your feet, and there's a body lying there.
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
Lewis,
that don't seem right.
Lewis, what you make of this? And I kneel down. How old does the body look?
It smells pretty old. It looks old, but it smells older.
Jesus Christ.
There's a lot going on right now, Carver. You all right, Lacy?
What? Oh!
What?
Eyebrowless, I look over and I say, yeah, fine.
I walk over to the body and cover my
I'm
face
sorry
to
you had to see that, Judy.
Shit, Lewis, how old do you think he look? And I bend down next to the body.
And I'm going to do a notice roll on the body. Doo-doo.
I put my knife away.
Doo-doo-doo-doo.
Is that your tuberculosis there, buddy?
All right, win and a raise.
Consumption. Oh,
Did you
nice.
reroll that one? Is that an ace? Is that D8?
The D8. Oh, no, it's a D10.
Okay. So, by the bloating in the fingers and how far in the rope seems to be cutting in, and the blueness of the face in general, you'd say it's at least a week old, if not a little bit longer.
So not that old.
Well, it's long enough. Yeah.
Does it look like the man that...
Oh, for sure. It's wearing the same clothes as Raymond. You recognize it to be Raymond.
And I give a look to Lewis. What the fuck does this mean?
Yeah, what happened here? Why did he just disappear after they hanged him?
No, we're talking about a dead man that tried to fucking kill us. This man got killed, you said, last week, and now he's on the street trying to shoot us?
Oh yeah, I guess that's weird too.
Lewis,
some
what the
reason-
fuck is wrong with you? What? Am I going crazy?
No, you're not. No, you're not going crazy, man. No, and it's just I've been dealing with this sort of dark stuff lately too. Every time I cast, every time I make the world change around me, I'm kind of tapping into something. So this didn't seem as strange to me at first, but
Lacey, you
Thanks for
don't
bringing
hear
that
that
up.
because of your ears ringing. So,
What?
What?
All right, and I turn to Lewis and I say, Lewis, Buddy's fucking drunk, and Lacey's a psychopath. But if this is coming up, we need to be on guard. Is there a list of anyone? We need to figure out who died and how in the last so long. Were they all killed by this here rope? Well, I guess the rope's attached to the body now, right?
that's right.
We need to find out who was here for the hanging and what the hell happened.
yeah, who did it?
Jesus Christ, Raymond, you fucking... And I check the body. You
Looking
fucking...
through the body, you find one thing on his person. It's a picture of a woman and child.
This must have been his girl he was talking about.
This is crazy. How did this guy come back to life?
Lacey.
Who does the hangings around town? I guess that'd be the sheriff, right?
Buddy,
I
as
wonder
you're
if anyone took the time to notify the wife.
working with your Judy,
Yeah.
you notice that there's a lot of people staring at you from outside the bar and even around the tents as well.
What's the weather
Well,
doing?
what the fuck is it now,
The
people?
weather is still bad, and it's actually very ominous weather. Wind is howling through town, and you swear that you hear it. It almost sounds like a screaming in the air.
All
And
right,
it
I
is
run.
nighttime.
I'm gonna run over to Buddy because I can see he's drunk and people are starting to get scared. Obviously, because he's telling them what the fuck's the matter, and I run over and say, "Buddy, chill. Take it easy."
Well, now they're all like staring at me, and Judy's getting nervous, and I'm, don't want her to run off again.
Buddy, you're drunk. You take
That's
a seat.
very possible.
Yeah, we'll take a seat and relax for a minute. I turn to the people. Ladies and gentlemen, there is nothing to see here. And I think for a second. Now, fuck that. The guy we just shot was dead. He was hanged a week ago, and his body is over there. Was anyone here when he was hanged? Does anyone know of him?
Charles comes forward. And he goes,
Charles.
Carver, of course you guys are in a drunken stupor. That body's been there all week. That's
No.
Raymond. He's been stealing from the mine.
What do you? No, I'm talking about the guy who's just in the center of town shooting at us.
We don't know what you're talking about there, Carver. We saw you guys going out in a drunken stupor firing at who knows what. And you stole my ghost rock. That'll be at least $30 from you, size nugget.
Hold on. And I turn to Lewis. What the fuck is going on? Everybody into the bar. Everybody into the bar. including the people that were on the street. There must have been someone on the street.
Oh, there's people in their tents and things looking at you,
Yeah.
They all kind of ran out into buildings when they heard the firing going off.
Yeah, so I call town meeting in the bar right now.
Okay, so it takes a little bit of time to get everybody together. Everyone's a little scared and intimidated, but you guys are the faces of law in this town right now, so they listen. Soon enough, everybody's there looking at you.
Okay. So I walk in,
bewildered. I mean, some people claim they saw you fighting someone in the street.
and I turn to Lewis as I walk in. I say, Lewis, do me a favor. Keep Lacy quiet for just 5 minutes.
I'll do what I can, Carver, but no promises.
And I pipe up and I say to the innkeeper, because he's still in earshot, right, Charles?
That's right.
Charles, I owe you some ghost rock. Sorry about that.
Lacy, priorities, lady, just chill. And I turn to Buddy and I say, and Buddy, you don't just relax and have another drink. You look dry.
I'll join you.
Some of the miners look a little pissed off because it's late at night, right? And you've got them all here in the bar. You guys need to do a little bit of calming down of the spirits right now.
Yeah, and I stand up on the bar, like Coyote Ugly style. I climb up. Ladies and gentlemen, please may I have your attention? The player piano stops.
That's the third time we've been on the bar.
First time I was on the table. First time I was on the table. Second time I was in the back. Now I'm on the bar. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, if I can have your attention, please. We are, of course, the new deputies of town. My name is Carver Waite. This is my very best friend, Mr. Lewis Burbill. This here is Buddy Jax, and this here is Mr. Lacy P. Adams.
Howdy.
As some of y'all know earlier, when we were in here, we just introduced ourselves as the deputy. The sheriff is currently called away with some sort of illness. Sorry, I've been drinking a bit. Now, I want to see a show of hands real quick. How many people saw the four of us deputies fighting with somebody out in the center of town just now? Show of hands, please.
A good proportion of the town's putting their hands up. Mostly the people who are further away from the center of town, close to the mines and close to the railroads, did not put their hand up.
Okay.
A good portion of the town.
So I turned to all the people who didn't say. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now, I think we can all agree that a good portion of the town saw us with a fifth man outside, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, a fifth man outside. And I turned to the bartender, Coral. And I say, Charles. Sorry. Charles, I think that's fair to address your point. Now, can we all agree that the people who were in the bar and cowering, relatively, it is fair to say that they didn't see the man because they were not looking, and the people who did see saw him because they were looking? Can everyone agree to that? And
Let's do persuasion, yeah. Now, this isn't going to subside their fears too much. It might.
Oh, I'm doing it stage by stage. I just want to establish first.
So we're going to see how much this helps you when you're trying to lower their fear. Now, the majority of them kind of go up. You see that Father Barrow is standing there as well. Obviously, Elam and Gabriel and Colonel Holton, everybody's there. But he kind of looks a little bit more thoughtful than the rest. Knowingly kind of thing. But everyone else seems to go, well, that seems to make sense. Why would they? That did seem like a fire. And we did hear other shots that was too much for the three of you.
Is Henry O'Toole here as well?
Oh, yeah. And he's one of the ones who looks the most minerved. Because, he's got all his workers who got to get up early in the morning.
Yeah, but he's
majority of them are already at the bar anyways, but he thinks
they can't be pissed. Fault. All we're doing is establishing that there was a gunfight because there were certain...
Right, everyone's awake anyways, right? Yeah, good point.
Thank you. Okay, we're just agreeing. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Now, the gentleman we were attacking is neither here nor there, but his body is currently outside. He is a man who, for all intents and purposes, was eliminated previously last week. His name is Raymond. Oh. He was a man who was caught thieving from the Miners Guild, and he was hung accordingly. Now,
Henry nods knowingly, as he should have been.
That's right. Now, I want to make it very clear that this here, what just happened, is the new deputies expelling justice. Okay? So, if you all have an issue with it, you can come and speak with us at our current headquarters, which is the sheriff's house, which we are holding fast while it is pouring rain and while he is under the weather.
Are you saying the dead's coming back to life?
What?
I think they're fighting the dead. That's what they're saying.
I'm sorry. What's your name, son?
Raymond's been dead a week. He's saying he's coming back, and you see there's a kind of.
You not hear me? I'm asking you a question. What's your name?
Stephen, what's yours?
But Carver, wait. It's the first thing I said. Stephen, listen.
I've been drinking.
That's fair. So have I. No one's talking about no dead, Stephen. Now, I want to address this because a lot of you might be thinking it. Stephen, we are acting as well as we can on the facts provided. What I would like to ask is if anybody has spoken to Raymond before last week or after last week. Now, I'm not asking the who's or what's it's, and if you have questions, you can all bring them to Henry O'Toole after we brief him on the subject. He has agreed to be our liaison for the town while we all get comfortable.
Why would we talk to him after last week? He's been hanging.
Who's this?
Same guy, Steven.
Steven, can I get a show of hands? Has anyone here spoken to Raymond since his hanging? Please raise your hands.
Nobody raises a hand.
Well, see, that's how we do it here. A little bit of humor. The man was killed, and that's it. So thank you very much. Have a fantastic night. Just wanted to raise your spirits a little bit. Love dead walking the earth.
Just make
so
it sure
everybody outside, like in the bar, is kind of like, you know, some people should question, well, who are you fighting out there? Who are you shooting at?
Well, he is currently under suspicion for robbing the train 2 months ago.
There are train robbers coming. We're not going to be paid. How are we going to eat?
I
don't know how we're going to eat.
Well, hold on. You're spinning out of control a little bit. I said the man outside that we killed was a train robber. How does that equate to you not getting paid? We just killed him.
So
ladies and gentlemen, I think
he was working by himself?
I think we all need to calm down here. We got 4 deputies coming from 1 sheriff. Is anybody here wounded? Show of hands. Anybody here wounded?
Nobody put their hand up.
Show of hands here. Anybody here lose money in the last 10 minutes? Anybody here? That's right. So nobody did. All right. So ladies and gentlemen,
where's the body, Carver?
Who's asking this?
This is the foreman, Henry O'Toole.
Mr. Henry O'Toole, you know the badge. We can discuss afterwards. The body is under surveillance. Now, ladies and gentlemen, have a round on us, the new deputies. Get to bed nice and early because I know Henry wants you up and early for that mine tomorrow. And let's all know that justice was served here tonight. What y'all say? And I bend down and I pick up a glass nearest to me and I say, one last drink before bed. What we all say?
Okay, let's do a persuasion roll.
All right. And I will spend a red to...
Oh, yeah, success.
Yeah, but I'll add 1d6 to it.
You got to remember he's drunk and people are drunk. And I also add the fear level to this roll.
All right. So, 8.
Most people seem to be equally, I guess, calmed to the point they were when they came to the bar that night. They still don't trust you 100%, but there doesn't seem to be anarchy or anything, or people are, panicking too much. There's no panic in the air. People are like, yeah, we got work tomorrow. Make sure you guys lock your doors tonight. There's bandits apparently out there.
That's right. Everybody lock your doors, stay safe, please sleep next to your irons, and if you need anything, you holler for us deputies, all right? We're covering this town, safe and sound.
For the record, guys, we now have 2 of these in there. Okay?
Oh, my.
Ooh,
so these
nice.
are legendary chips for whenever you do a fear level lowering. That can only happen every so often after big events. I'm going to put in there, if you get one of these, it's a one-time, very big advantage.
Very big?
Very, very big. Okay. So I'm putting that in there.
All right, and I step down from the bar.
Who's used, what chips have been used so far? 2 whites?
I used two reds.
I used 1 white.
I have 1 red left, which is the one I started with.
And I used a blue and a white.
Blue and a white. Thank you.
Good talk, Carver. I think it's time though that we sit down and talk amongst ourselves. 'Cause there's some strange stuff going on.
I agree. I don't think any of these guys need any more drinks, so why don't we head back to the sheriff's house? Maybe play some cards.
Lily sees you, buddy. Or sorry, Elam sees you coughing, buddy. Says, you should come by and maybe I can do something for you in the morning. By the way, I would really like to go and take a look. Sorry, I got to change my voice. I would really like to go and take a look at the sheriff, maybe get some samples of blood.
Well, don't worry about me. It ain't nothing, but I'll certainly help you with Cole. He's a good man.
Yeah, thank you. And he walks out.
So I turn to the guys and I say, "What we gonna do about this here ghost? That was crazy."
Let's head to the sheriff's house and we'll discuss it. I think
Right.
is Henry O'Toole still here?
Henry O'Toole is just finishing his drink, you can tell.
And I walk over to him and kind of say, Henry, there is some interesting things about. If you would like to be informed, your choice. We're heading over to the sheriff's house to speak of them.
However, the way I see it is you need to mind your business and I mind mine. I just don't like these disruptions. I got a mind to work. If you say there's guys you need to take care of, I'll believe you, I guess. Just Lacy over there and Buddy, seeing Buddy kind of staggering around and Lacy doing his twitchy business. You don't seem like the normal types of lawmen, and I'm having a hard time trusting you.
Well, that's fair. All I was doing was inviting you to be in the loop, but you made it clear that you'd rather stay out of it. So,
Do you think this is going to affect our work in the future?
well, can't quite tell that now. Lacy, I say I don't quite know, but being as we're newcomers to this town and you've been here a long time, I thought it would be prudent to let you know. But fair
He
enough.
finishes his drink, pushes his bar stool, and says, "Let's go to the sheriff's. I'd rather know things than be surprised by them."
No. That's you made a good point. I'll let you know if there is anything of importance. No sense wasting your time. You have a good night.
Good night to yourself, Carver.
All right. So, seeing Carver's done with Henry, I push my stool up and I go to give Buddy an arm.
Don't be gross, buddy. All right.
What'd you say, Buddy?
All right. So, Lewis, you go over and say what to? What are you doing?
I'm gonna help Buddy up. I say, all right, Buddy, come on, we're going over.
You guys are weary. It's been a long day. A lot of stuff has
You're a
happened.
good man, Lewis.
You guys are going to start suffering fatigue if you don't rest.
Yeah, we're heading over there.
All right.
I do turn to Lacy though, and I say, Lacy, you owe that man $30 for that ghost rock. So good luck.
I know. I told him.
You owe him about
good,
$60 with all the rounds you guys just bought too.
Yeah,
Oh
well,
my God. That's not on me.
that's our tab.
On the way back to the sheriff's house, we're gonna pass by the sheriff, who's still locked in the car, right?
Yeah, and he's lying on his back doing that heavy breathing thing.
Is he still lying there on his back?
Yeah.
I would like to try and inject the stuff we got.
I've
What's
got that.
What's it called? I got one too. Remember last
The
week?
elixir that you
You
had.
got one?
Yeah, I bought one after you did because I wanted to try to eject him with the elixir.
Where are you going, Lacy?
Well, I'd like to inject the sheriff with this elixir, and I could use a hand in case he comes back to, motion.
Well, I see. What
Mind
you're
holding him
thinking.
down?
I see what you're thinking with that, but you hear what Elam said when he came into the bar?
No.
Elam, the guy who made that elixir, he was thinking about checking out the sheriff himself.
Oh, well, that might just do better.
He might have some more of that stuff that he'd be willing to inject in. But yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking about getting back to the sheriff's house right now. We can talk about that in the morning.
Sure. I'm right behind you.
Yeah, and we'll head to the sheriff's house.
Okay.
And I'm
Storm is
gonna,
raging outside.
take Judy by the reins, and we'll walk Judy back, tie her up.
Really?
And as we pass by the sheriff, I'm going to talk about the time Cole and I were out in the war, looking at all the men who'd been shot and suffering. I'm going to reminisce. I remember about the time when Cole and I were scouting.
All right, buddy, pretty good. No, I'm just kidding.
You guys were
And we
scouts?
saw a gray coat just through the flap of his tent.
What'd you do?
Well, I took a shot, and I dropped the man. And later, back at camp, old Cole was going on about that shot and how great it was. But the other guys, they didn't believe me, so what we did was we set Cole up with an apple between his knees. And I went back 30 yards and took a shot. And that's why he's now known as One Nut Cole. Feeling pretty bad about that.
I didn't know that about him.
Well, that's why we talked about the suffering and any of us.
He doesn't much like that name very much.
No, I can understand that.
Why didn't you hit the shot?
Bad wind.
Yeah. Well, thanks for the story. I will keep that in mind in case you offer me any apples.
Sounds good, Lewis.
And I open the door to the sheriff's house.
And I follow him right behind him, and I go sit on a corner chair in the living room.
I curl up under the kitchen table and fall asleep.
Jesus, fuck, Lacey, there's beds upstairs. Yeah, whatever.
I'm comfortable here.
And I'll take my spot in the rocking chair by the fireplace.
And I'll say, Lewis, look, I'm tired too, but we gotta talk about this.
Yeah. Yeah, buddy, you gonna stay up for a bit more?
Nah, they're gone.
Absolutely.
I was gonna say, listen, Lewis, you and I right now, I think we're the only two people who know what the hell's going on here, at least in the sense of deputizing this fucking place.
You know, Mike could actually be asleep.
I know.
That's how loud he actually snores.
All right, Lewis, what's the game plan, man? We still got looking at the bee roaches.
I don't know. Yeah, there's the bee roaches, old Holton. I want to know more about what happened to this fella here, because that's strange. It's strange that half the town didn't see him and half the town did. I mean, what you said made sense about some people were looking, some weren't, but
maybe
sure.
Maybe only the people that saw him standing in the thing. Oh, fuck, we gotta do something with the body, too. Shit.
Yeah, it's all right.
I stand up.
People leave that stuff out there all the time.
No, but see, if they see the body and they see it aged a week and a half old or whatever, they're going to start thinking that we're full of shit, or they're going to start panicking.
You really want to go out there right now? It's raining. Nobody's going to be out there.
Nah, I got to do it. I got to get it done. I can do it myself, but if you want to help, I wouldn't mind the help.
All right, no, I guess I'll come with you.
All right, so we'll go take the body and put it in a back room at the sheriff's house.
Gross. Okay.
Well, I
will do things to it.
What do they normally do with the bodies?
Yeah, what would they normally do with them?
Usually there's a person in town who actually comes and collects bodies in the morning with a cart, and then it's his job to bury them.
Okay. So as we're doing that, I kind of say to Lewis, all right, so look, when this body hung a week and a half ago, someone had to collect it, right?
Yeah.
This is a gross job, by the way, guys. You guys are
Oh,
covered
yeah.
in mud, and it's just raining, and you're chilled a little bit.
Oh, yeah. I'm thinking that tomorrow morning we go speak with this guy and see what he knew, because realistically, either he's got two bodies or this one's missing from where he keeps them.
Lewis or Carver, can you do a perception or a check of some sort?
I'm not
Do a notice
perception.
roll.
Yeah, I'm looking down, sleepy-eyed.
6 to 9, 10.
Nice.
You noticed a few bee roach bites on him.
Do they look infected?
Well, it's hard to tell for the amount of decay after a couple weeks.
Yeah, just be careful where you put your hands, Carver.
Why is that?
I don't know. Might be infected. I don't want you getting an infection.
What's infected? Oh, is he bit?
Yeah, he's bit. He's bit right there. Can't you see it?
Shit. Hey, maybe we should bring this to Elam.
Yeah, not a bad idea. Not right now, though. I feel like
No.
we've already asked him enough.
Yeah, but if he looks at this and it's the same bite that the sheriff's got, then we know it's the bee roaches.
Not necessarily. Everybody's got bee roach bites.
Yeah, but if they're infected the same way.
Ah, well, I mean, it's something.
All right.
I just don't want to use up our social graces with the man, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, look, hey, we'll do the old good cop, bad cop. I'll keep asking him shit. You play it nice. You get what you need out of him. If he gets mad at me, you start cussing me off. I don't mind it. All right, but let's keep
Elam was there, though. Elam was there in the bar, right?
He came after when you guys called everybody.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you wouldn't have seen the body. I think there might be something to this, buddy.
So we're gonna give this to Elam.
Now
We're gonna speak to the guy tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll keep the body hid for now.
Yeah. Okay. All
Somewhere safe. So wherever the sheriff's house, maybe the outhouse of the sheriff's house, or I don't know how it works.
And who would have hung? You said it was the sheriff, right? Who would have hung him?
Well, a judge, usually a circulation judge, will come by and do a trial, but then it's usually the job of the sheriff and the deputies to do the actual hanging.
Okay. Because I'm wondering if something went wrong in the hanging, Carver. Because otherwise we'd be fighting every last dead person that got hanged there.
And we're doing this as we're lifting. Nah, I agree. Nah, that might be the case. And then I drop the body. Oh, hey, what if this is planned? What if this ain't accidental at all? So this guy, a drifter, gets stung or whatever, or maybe purposely, or maybe it's just dressed to look like a sting. Is there any way to make it seem what these,
Thinking back, Carver, to the conversation he had with Raymond in the bar, you do remember him saying that he's been working in the mines since their inception.
Yeah. Oh, right. He ain't no drifter. Fair enough.
How long was it incepted?
10 years.
Fair enough. All right. So he's been here for 10 years. Okay.
Oh, sorry. Less than 10 years. It's 1881. Don't question me on that one. All right.
Well, look.
All right.
Either way.
Been there a while.
Either way. Let's not rule out someone putting this on this guy. Someone, maybe they saw him at the morgue or wherever the guy took the body, and they injected him
Mortem?
Yeah, post-mortem.
Unfinished business.
All right, and I lift the body back up. Listen, Lewis, you and me got to play it safe. Buddy and Lacy, yeah, but I can't lose you, buddy.
Lacy, can you do a notice roll?
Sure. Is it a 6? And a 4, probably?
Yeah. Okay.
On my notice.
Because you're asleep, and the fact that you're drunk, so you're heavily asleep, you feel a really sharp pinch in your shoulder that wakes you up, like super burning, and then starts burning.
Ow!
And you look over and sure enough, there's a bee roach on your shoulder, just clawing into your flesh.
What the? Ow! 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 If I hit it off.
Okay. Yeah, and it hits the floor dead. Twitching.
Oh. Ow. Oh.
Okay.
Now I'm not going to sleep very well.
Buddy Jax, you hear that noise of him going, ow! That wakes you up.
Damn it, Lacy.
Sorry.
What are you pussyfooting about?
I just got bit by one of those bee roaches, I think. Ow. Look at it. What does it look like?
Then I take out my old peacemaker. Listen, Lacy.
Oh.
There's nothing there to shoot.
Well, maybe we'll have Elam look at it in the morning.
Hell.
I just don't want you turning up like that hanging man, feller.
Well, I won't, but it hurt. God damn it.
Okay, back to you guys.
So, yeah, thanks.
Carver and Louie.
Ow.
Yeah.
You guys finished the dirty work. You get it to where it needs to be. The ground is soft, so it doesn't take long. It's slippery, and you fall, and you guys are covered in mud, but you do manage to get the body in the ground.
Jesus Christ.
They have running water at the sheriff's place?
Yeah, I'm
no.
just watching you freak out, I'm assuming.
There is no running water in the town.
Alright, Lewis, you want
The
me
best thing you can do is you can go to the reservoir and shower off there.
Lewis,
It's pouring rain.
Stand in the rain for a while.
Lewis, you want me to throw out that set of clothes and use one of your replacements?
Yes.
Yeah, alright, here, hand them here.
Yes.
You just strip naked in front of me.
Oh, yeah, that's no problem. Done that
Yeah, that's
before.
for the first time.
And hand it over.
Yeah, thanks.
Now this takes some time, and you can see the horizon starting to grow with a little bit of light.
Jesus Christ, how slow were we?
It takes a long time to drag a body, dig a hole, and put it in.
8 hours?
No, you guys, it was middle of the night when you guys got back from helping Henrietta. It's been a
6
while.
hours? We weren't gonna bury it. I wanted to keep it in the back room.
Oh, sorry. You're not burying it.
No.
Oh, okay. No.
Well, we wanted the
Then
body
it's
to be
like a couple hours then.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll take the
all
clothes.
right. Whew, okay, it's not so early. I thought it was early for a second. I thought I saw the horizon.
It's late. We're talking like
Me
past
too.
2 in the morning for sure.
Moon must just be bright though. All right, I got to get some shut eye.
Yeah, me too. I got some clothes on.
All right. Head to toe, or you just want to do face to face this time?
You passed me. Oh wait, so I just want to be clear about what happened. So you passed me my clothes as I stood on the stoop, right?
Yeah. Well, you stripped naked. I went in, grabbed your replacement, handed them back, so you came in clean. We've done this 100 times, Lewis. Come on.
Yeah. I just want to be sure that I wasn't walking into the house naked.
Nah,
Because I know
Would
it's
you-
wet out here. There's no bees out there probably, but walking into the house there might be some bees, and I don't want to be naked for that.
Say, yeah, I don't want to be. I don't want to hit no bees neither. So we're gonna make sure the windows are shut, and the door's shut in the bedroom. I don't want no bees in there. All right. Good night.
Night.
You wake with a knock on the door.
Jesus Christ. Front door?
Yeah, only door.
I wake up because I'm in the kitchen there, and I go and answer the door. I assume that's where the door is.
Yeah, and there standing before you is Elam.
Well, good morning, Elam.
Good morning.
Say, I
Hi.
got bit by one of those bee roaches last night. What is that gonna do to me?
It should sting for a few hours. Let me take a look at it.
Okay, so I open up my shirt, and I show him my shoulder.
All right, so he says, that looks like it got you pretty good. Were you asleep when this happened?
I was.
Probably
And,
gnawing on you for a moment or two. And he reaches into his bag, pulls out like a little pouch, and reaches in and puts something on it, and immediately starts to feel a little bit better.
Ow, that's so relieving.
Yeah, it's a
Oh.
mixture of some honey and some herbs as well as the elixir that I have seems to do the job.
Now, while I got you here, and before Carver starts talking your ear off, maybe could you come and look at the sheriff with me?
Well, that's why I'm here. I was hoping I could get a
Perfect.
sample of the blood. Maybe I could find something out for you.
Let's go out. I'll show you to him.
Sure.
So I lead him out.
He leaves out, yeah.
Yeah, to the.
Well,
Maybe I
here's
should
the
give him-
problem, Lacy. I need his arm. I need his right arm to get a blood sample.
So maybe we'll get a few of us, eh? All right. And I go back inside and I stomp on the floor really loud and I say, "Get up! Get up!
Jesus Christ. What the fuck does he want?
We need some hands to look at the sheriff.
Why is he going to look at the sheriff?
We're going to look at the sheriff. Elim's here. Get your asses out of bed. Let's go. It's 5 a.m. Time to get up."
Well, we went to bed 2 hours ago? What time is it?
All right, it's early. It's probably 5 or 6.
Really? Okay. All right.
People get
so
up
we
with the
get
sun there, right?
All
Yeah.
right. So we get up. I get up and head down. And I see Lacy and Elam. Morning. No coffee, no breakfast? What is this?
I've already had
cigarette.
one, thank you.
What's up, Elam?
Well, I just thought I'd like to get a sample of the blood and I could work on it today.
Oh, hey, actually, while you're here, and I just start walking towards the back door in the back room. I'm assuming there's like a mud room at the back. I don't really know what room we
Yeah.
went to.
Yeah.
And I kind of say, I got something to show you.
He walks over.
And I open the door.
Damn it, Carver, why haven't you buried that body? Why do you have the body here?
All right, take it easy.
It's gonna. It can cause
All
infection.
right, let me explain it. This man attacked us yesterday in the street.
Carver, he's been dead. There's-
You don't say. I'm telling you, yesterday he was in the street attacking us. It didn't look like that.
He
When we
reaches
get
over
there-
to put his hand on your forehead.
Check all you want, and I look him straight in the eye, and I'm going to do a persuade roll. I'm telling you, that man, not in that state, but that man attacked us yesterday. And with a 4.
Well,
And
if you
I
are
tell-
telling the truth.
Yeah,
it's
and
quite
the same time I
disturbing.
tell him the whole story. Yeah. And that's
Perhaps it's somehow related to Cole. Even more reason we should get the blood from him, don't you think?
I agree. I just want you to take a look at him real quick.
And he goes and he starts examining the body, looking over.
He's got the bee roach stings. You see them?
Now, Carver, he doesn't actually have one on his neck.
Really?
No,
Oh,
just
where
on
does
his
he have it?
arms.
Okay. Well, you see the bee roach stings?
Yeah.
They look normal.
Well, it's hard to tell this far into his decomposition, but
Yeah.
yeah, they appear to be normal stings. These ones here, and he points to some on his arm. This is where he's been injecting some elixir. Raymond was a customer of mine.
Where do you get this elixir from, by the way?
I make it myself.
Yeah.
And
What do
what's
you
it
make it with?
used for?
It's
Sorry.
used. He looks at Lacy. As I've explained to you guys before, the mead and all the sweetness that we have from the honey, it seems to cause people to go into comatose states and or lose sensation in the hand. Sometimes we had to amputate in the past. So we've now begun to administer this elixir, and it seems to keep that at bay. It's made from an ivy that I prune myself and make into a elixir that I can inject.
What type? What's the ivy? What's it called?
I gave a name last time, and I can't remember it this time.
Fair enough.
Poison. Poison ivy.
No, it was something ivy. I apologize. I'll look it
All
up.
right. No. All right. Fair enough. Let's go look at the sheriff. You can draw blood. And on the way, I just want to ask you a few questions, if you can. Is Buddy up? Buddy, you up?
Yeah, I'm up.
Buddy, your head hurts so bad.
Oh, I'm not sure what's going on here. I gotta. Well, that's enough talking. for
Last
me.
night you had dream after dream of horses eating you piece by piece, ripping your intestines out.
Oh.
And for some reason, you had this picture of Judy in a rocking chair, just on her and just killing herself laughing
Oh,
as you watched as the horses ate you.
Judy and I are gonna have a little alone time. Gonna have a talk.
All right. I better go wake up Lewis. Say, Lewis, we're heading out to the sheriff's.
Yeah. Come on, Carver.
Chameleon?
Chameleon.
All right.
I'm coming.
And I start heading out, and as soon as Elam's on me, I ask him, say, when the body gets hung, who takes it?
Well, usually the Undertaker takes it down and buries it.
And what's his name?
He's a seedy fellow. Dieter? I think he's a German.
Dieter, eh?
Dieter.
Say, did you see Randolph get hung last week?
I don't much like watching that. I'm in the business of saving lives.
Yeah.
Not taking them.
All right. Let me head over to the sheriff's.
Hey, and we're going to do the post.
Mid-game post! Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's right. That means we are going to be posting on the Invictus Stream Facebook group right now. The first 3 comments and the 20th comment commenting the word B-Roach, that's B-E-E-R-O-A-C-H, will receive 5 XP each. I am posting it right now. Ladies and gentlemen, let's see who the winners are. Now we need a tick, 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 tick. Oh, you.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Here we go. This is the exciting part. We got number 1, Aisha D. Lyle. Number 2, we got Laureen Rin Reagan. And number 3, Mr. David Ionati.
And here's where the fun begins.
That is our 1, 2, and 3. Now the fun part, counting up to 20. What was that, Chris?
That's my thing. Yeah, I love this part where they.
Yeah, this is the fun part. All right. So far, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Remember, you can repost.
9.
Go ahead and repost.
Yeah. So we got 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Mr. Mark Lane. That was much easier than last week.
That's right. I think people are getting it now.
They're getting it now. So that is 5 XP to Aisha, Laureen, David, and Mark. Well done, guys. You did.
Jeez.
My favorite was, I can't remember who it was last week. Kenneth? No, I can't remember who it was. But someone kept commenting throughout the week. A quick draw.
Oh, Lucas Sakura.
Lucas, it was so funny. Every time I posted something, he's like, quick draw. That was pretty funny. So well done. So well done, guys. That's 20 XP divided between the 4 of you for 5 XP each. This has been the mid-game post. Will says, damn it, Mark. Running a Monopoly. Nice job. LOL, way to go. Oh, says Opinion 1000. So well done, guys. Make sure to watch live because that's how we do the mid-game posts. My favorite part now. And who knows if we start? I'm thinking there's got to be a tier. If we have over 20 viewers during this point, we should add a 40th or something like that, just to kind of balance it a little bit more to see how many people can keep commenting. So well done, guys. There are your winnings. And without further ado, let's get back to the game.
Okay, so when you guys get to where keeping the sheriff, he's no longer sleeping. He's up and alert.
All right. Looks like we're gonna have to get violent to get in there.
God damn it, Lacey! Why'd we have to get violent? The guy's in a fucking cage. Elam, you see what we're dealing with?
We need to get blood from his arm. Carver?
Yeah.
Lacey, I have something that might help you with your impulses.
No, don't need it. Thank you very much, Elam.
Actually, we might. Well, let's just hear the man out.
Yeah, let's not discredit him.
Yeah.
It's a sort of tea that I've concocted that seems to, with people who are very scattered in this way, seem to calm them down. I call it Ritalin.
Ritalin. Well, I'm only taking anything if these guys make me take it. I'm not taking anything on my own.
All right.
So, gentlemen, how do you propose we do this? As I'm afraid he could be contagious.
Well,
who are you talking about? Me?
I think with respect to Elam, if you're looking to draw the blood, well, no, that's not very fair of me. Why don't we do this? It seems that whenever we approach, he seems to want to reach out and grab. And you said you need his right arm?
Well, it seems to be the best way to... Yes. His left will do, but preferably his right.
Well, I say we push him down, get in the cell, hold him down, and then get some injecting into him.
Well, wait a second. How lucid is he right now? Maybe he'll just offer
He's staring at you guys, and he's whipping his eyes back and forth between you, and you hear muttering in the cage weird things about stabbing, about flesh, and different things.
Jeez.
What do you think, buddy? You think you can talk some sense into him? Maybe there's still some of him in there.
I'm willing to give it a try.
All right. In the meantime, you go speak to him, and I head over to Elam's wife's, the blacksmith. I'll be right back.
You're gonna go talk to Lily.
Yeah, don't do anything until I get back, unless you can calm him down.
Carver, I do need to attend to my other patients.
Yeah. No, I'll be right back.
Oh my God, where's Carver headed off to?
I run.
All right, so let's see if we can get in there and get the sheriff.
Buddy wanted to talk to him.
Yeah,
he's getting ready to say something.
All right, how's Sheriff Cole looking right now?
He's looking not the man you know. He's looking ragged. His lips are cracked. His eyes are one color, like all black, and he looks like he's twitching a bit. Very Lacy.
I'm going to get the chaplain.
Very Lacy-esque.
Have you seen anything like this before, Mr. Sheffield?
I've seen some people lose their mind from the ghost rock, and I've seen rabies, but nothing to this extent.
You think he's contagious?
Well, if it is anything like rabies, he could be severely contagious.
Huh. Well, I'm wondering, the symptoms that he's showing, like you say, it seems to be more than you've ever seen before. Could it be a combination of things that are creating a perfect storm of bad symptoms leading to this? You've seen the craziness, that much is for sure. Have you ever seen the...
You propose like he had got rabies and ghost rock?
Maybe.
Madness? Well,
So
it's
should we
highly
just put
unlikely.
him down?
The symptoms are similar but different enough that doesn't seem plausible. Not to mention he didn't spend enough time in the mines. It needs to be someone who works long hours for many years in order to have that sickness.
Right. Well, I mean, you mentioned the alcohol, how sometimes the alcohol affects people. It makes their limbs stop working or something happens?
Say that again, sorry?
Something happens when they drink alcohol, so...
It's from the sweetness that comes with all the honey products that we have. Yes, they lose function in some of their limbs, and we have to amputate as they swell and become unusable.
But it doesn't look like that's happening right now.
It appears to be that he's, in fact, very fit and very strong, which is surprising as he hasn't eaten in days.
All right, well, buddy, see if you can talk some sense into him now, like you did yesterday.
Well, let's get the man some food first.
All right.
Maybe that'll help.
Is there any food in the shed? Well, actually, I guess I'd have some food on me.
Why do you have food on you?
I don't. I wouldn't have food on me. No, I wouldn't at all. I've got it in
You
my.
might have some
inventory.
jerky. You might have some jerky on you for sure.
All right, I got some jerky, so I hand the jerky over to Buddy and say,
And I'll get
give it a go.
a little thing of water. All right, Cole. How you doing, buddy?
Sounds about right.
Listen, come, eat. It'll help.
I'll tear your
Drink some
throat.
water.
You're not coming for me. I need to get there.
Where do you need to get to, Cole?
Did you see the way he looked at me?
Sounds like we're making progress here, boys.
Where do you need to get to, Cole?
Keep talking to him, buddy.
It's not making sense, buddy. It's gibberish. He seems afraid and yet driven.
Super confident yet afraid.
It's not that he's super confident. It's that he seems to have a purpose, and yet he seems afraid.
Mm-hmm. At this point, I'm probably thinking that he might be seeing things that we don't, that his reality is different than ours, and he might have skills that kind of relate to what I have. So I'm going to do an arcane check on him. Okay.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah, you're good.
No, he's not emanating any sort of arcane presence that you can feel.
All right. Well, that rules that out.
I pull out my
Well-
gun.
Am I at the blacksmith yet?
Yeah, we'll say you got there.
Okay.
Or again, Lily's working hard in her shop, and you stroll in and you see her working. Carver, welcome.
Lily, don't mean to bother you. Gonna just take a second of your time. Elam's trying to get a blood sample from the sheriff, except he is extremely dangerous, and I am very scared of him. So, do you have? And I look around. Is there a broom?
Oh yeah.
Perfect. And I take the broom. I just want the handle, and I want to ask her to fashion this. Real quick. All I need
like a dog snare.
Yeah, all it needs is an iron ring and a piece of rope. Very simple. Just need the iron ring on the top. Hammer it in. 5 minutes of your time, and that way he is safe as sound.
An iron ring. Just give me about 20 minutes. I'll be able to do it. Sure enough, she gets to work.
20.
Yeah, it takes a little bit of time to make something like that, right?
Yeah. All right. I head next door and get some food at the Butte Roach.
Yeah. In no time, she gets it ready, Carver, and she has it for you in order to go back. You're gonna stroll up in a little bit, buddy. Do you give him the food, or what's going on?
Absolutely. I put it on the edge where he could reach it, and then I backed off.
Okay, and he moves super, super quick to the other side, and you're gonna have to do an agility roll.
To what side? The side where Buddy's putting the food?
That's right.
Towards him.
Yeah.
Well, that's surprising. I don't remember old One Nut Cole moving quite so quick.
Oh, I moved quicker after the nut was gone. Less wind resistance.
Double explosion there, buddy.
Oh, just one. One's a D10.
Oh, sorry. Take it back.
All right, so you pull your hands away as he clearly tries to grab for you, and seeing that you're too far, he's like raging, frothing at the mouth, and he grabs just the jerky. He just eats it. He just gobbles it as it's barely chewing.
Now, see, I can't believe with all the horrors of war that we've seen together and all the suffering that he wouldn't want me to put him down.
This again?
Oh, hold on, buddy. Let me get some blood first. It might come to that. If it is rabies or anything along that nature, we might have no course. But let me find out. Cole's a good man, as you know.
Says
Cole's a great man. Great.
Replies, Buddy.
All right. Well, you get your tools ready, Sheffield, and everybody stay back. Stay back.
Lewis, call me Elam, as he's meticulously getting stuff together.
Oh. Okay.
And he pulls out. Looks like some sort of tubing made from gut and a needle, in a jar. He says, "Well, I'm all ready as soon as you guys are."
And I look back at the door. It's like, where's Carver?
And sure enough, Carver's on his way, and he comes in.
And I come in holding this contraption. And I say, all right, Elam, this should help. And I go stand up to the gate, and I fish it in, and I try to wrap it around his neck.
And I got my guns out just in case.
All right, let's try and roll against him.
And what I'm going to want to do, just so you know what I'm trying to do, is I want to wrap it around his neck and then pull him against the gate so that there's enough distance that I can whatever. And then that way, anyone coming in, he's basically trapped against the gate, kind of against the wall, right? And he can reach, but he can't.
Right, okay. Gotcha.
Oh, and then even better, while you're doing that, do his arms come through the thing?
No, his arms would be reaching into the same room he's in because I'm pulling him.
Oh, you're pulling him from behind?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Because if I was, yeah.
It might be better to pull him from the front, though.
As he's getting surrounded, because Carver's going behind,
I don't think
and
he can, really.
Lewis and Buddy and Elam and Lacy are in the front, you can see he's like getting really nervous and really agitated.
Yeah. Well, it's not going to be easy, but that's the way it's going to go. So I'm going to try to reach in and do it.
Yeah, just do it.
All right, cool.
Actually, I stop. Anyone else here stronger than me? Does anyone have anything but a D4 in strength?
Strength. No.
Yeah. No, never mind.
Well, hold on, Carver. Hold on.
You do.
And I'm gonna give him a boost.
Oh, nice.
You can also aid someone, right? If it's a matter
yeah.
of hanging on, you can all just grab on a piece, right?
Well, why don't two of you grab on the...
The hard thing is getting it on his head to begin with, and then...
Right. Well, agility-wise should be fine, because I can get it on.
Hey, Elam, how good of a blacksmith is your wife? Is that thing gonna hold?
I hope you were not implying my wife is not skilled.
Good pause. I hope you're not implying that it wouldn't hold. That's a husband save.
All right, I guess I'll just help him then. I'll just help Carver.
Well, we could do both, the boost and the... Well, but don't waste your points, actually. Okay.
Yeah.
So first agility to try to string it, right? Is it straight agility?
That's right. Unless you got like rope work or something like that.
No, I don't. So
you good skill to have in this game.
Probably, yeah. So
you get it over his head, and immediately he starts pulling. He's trying to run away from you. Now here's where the strength comes in.
Okay. Come on, grab hold, buddy.
All right.
Lewis.
Quickly run around and grab hold.
Now it's going to be a countered roll. Okay. So I'm going to roll and you're going to roll.
Okay.
Now if you're both holding on, you get a +1.
Each for Buddy and...
Each person that's hanging on, yeah.
Okay, so this roll is going to be a +2. All right. And you rolled?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Do I get the 6 on this, the exploding dice or whatever?
That's right. Every trait roll you get it.
All right. So no, but that's +2, so that's a 4. So wait, how does that work then? If this would be a 4, it wouldn't explode, but it would.
No, it's got to be. That's right.
Right. Okay.
So he's pulling and he's strong, but you guys together are able to pull him back. and he's fighting you as best he can, trying to get away.
I hope so. 3 people? That'd be embarrassing if we could.
Well, no, it's actually challenging.
I just meant in real life it'd be embarrassing. I get it that he's strong. I would feel like less of a man if we couldn't.
Unnaturally strong.
So I look at Elam and I say, "Are we really going in there with him to get this blood sample?"
Well, the other option is we lasso a wrist and we pull it out so I can get on the outside, but that could be a challenge.
I could shoot him, draw some blood.
And I kind of say, just head in. As long as we're holding this, he won't be able to get loose or bite you.
Oh shit! I'm always down for an adventure. Let's do it.
Lacey, would you open the gate, please?
I'll open it, and so I slowly open it, and so now there's nothing between me and this ravaging crazy person. And I go in.
And Elam walks in as well. Elam walks over to where he is, and he grabs an arm.
And I grab the other arm. And I hold it against the wall.
Lacey, hold on there. I need someone else in here with me. I can't hold the arm. Do you have any rope or something we can tie it to the cage or to the wood?
Why
I'm talking to you, Harper, and I'm talking to you, Lewis, and Buddy as well.
Always carry a belt on me.
Perfect.
No, I don't have anything.
Lacey,
So
hand me your belt.
I pass him the belt. Yeah.
Or unless you wanted to lasso it.
Well, I take his extra hand and I use my belt and I wrap his one. Well, so what's Elam got? The left hand?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so I take the right hand and I tie it and I knot it right up against the grate, right by his neck.
So Lacey, come over here and hold this arm, and I'll take.
Go over and I hold that arm.
So
I feel like we're doing a maneuver, like a surgery here.
It takes a while
little alligator.
for Elam to do it. It's a challenge for Elam, but eventually he does get a sample. He wipes his brow and he says, "Let's get out here, Lacey."
And I pull the belt off and we both back out.
Okay, and it closes the door behind.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to take this back to my shop, and I should have some answers for you pretty soon. Give me half a day. I'll work on it all day.
All right.
With that, Elam. I know you know what you're doing, but I don't like that blood.
Don't prick yourself. So
right away, you can see he sees an open fire as he's walking by, and he tosses the needle and the tubing into it.
And a ghost comes out. Say, Elam, what's up with Stanson?
Oh, he's recuperating.
good, because we gotta hang him.
Yeah, we still gotta hang him.
Yeah, you should be able to talk to him if you'd like.
Well, we got everything we need, really. He stole horses, so he's gonna hang, unfortunately.
Well, sooner or later you need to come and claim him because I'm not in jail cell.
No, of course. Let me know when he's well, and we'll come hang him.
Sounds good, gentlemen. He walks away.
Shit. Well, at least we get the blood.
Well, I think at this time, gentlemen, I'm going to go talk to the ladies at the cat house, because I believe we're still looking for a gentleman with a hole in his hat.
Talk.
Yeah, that might be a good idea.
And I feel like they may have seen him if he stopped by.
Well, I also wouldn't mind checking out that bee roach farmer up north, Hanton or whatever his name was.
Well, we got all
Holton.
day.
It's actually named after the town's named after his great grandfather.
Mr. Halton.
Holton or Halton?
Holton.
Holton.
Really?
Oh, good to know.
Well, put it this way. Train robbers, which that lead is our priority, but if people keep turning and it's something to do with bee roaches, that could put a damper on our comings and goings. I also wouldn't mind speaking to the Undertaker.
It's supposed to be tomorrow that the train comes, right?
Oh, shit, you're right.
Oh my God, we gotta stop them.
Too many things. We gotta split up, I
The
think.
train is happening tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Then let's hustle on it. All right. I think we should split up.
Okay. Buddy, you're going to the whorehouse, right?
That's right, Lewis.
I think that's an important lead to follow up on. I agree.
So what do you think? Where do we split to? Whorehouse and...
I wouldn't mind speaking to the bee roaches, but we also need someone to follow up on the morgue.
Oh, God.
Lacey?
I'll go to the morgue.
You think you
I
can
don't
handle
mind.
it?
I can handle anything. You guys have so little faith in me. Do you realize I went to Harvard?
All right, chill. What time is it here?
It's
got the 5, so it's got
7 a.m.
Maybe, yeah. 7:30, maybe.
All right, 7 a.m. How far is the Bee Roach farmer? Half an hour's ride?
It's north of the mines, so yeah, you could probably get there in 20 minutes on the horse.
All right, 20 minutes there. I'm going to speak to him for 20 minutes, come back. Let's do this. Let's all meet at the Bee and Barrel at noon. The horse shouldn't take you long. And speaking of the moor, it shouldn't be wrong. That shouldn't be long. Let's all meet at the Bee and Barrel. Shouldn't be long. Especially because, depending on the information that Buddy gets, we do want to make sure that that train is not robbed. So we need to come up with a plan.
What am I asking about at the morgue? I
want to find out. The man who's hung, who attacked us yesterday in the streets, was killed a week ago. The Undertaker would have picked up the body and taken it back, and yet that body is hanging in the back of our house right now. So we want to find out exactly where that body went, if he buried him, how he died, and so on and so forth. Can you handle that?
I sure can.
You do not exude confidence, but you do exude, well, something.
Carver, I can do it. Fuck off.
All right, kid. Speaking of, you owe $3 for that ghost rock you blew up in my face.
I like
Synchronized
watches, and we'll be back at high noon.
You hear? So we all agreed high noon back at the Bee and Barrel.
Sounds good.
I knew
Now,
back at
here's the plan. If anyone is not back at the Barrel at high noon, the others, whoever's there, come looking for him. Because we don't know what this town's capable of. I don't know what the Bee Roach farmer's like, and for all we know, he could be behind this. He could be doing some bullshit stuff. Y'all come running extra fast to whoever's not there. Agreed?
Done.
All right.
And go.
Lewis, where are you heading?
I'm going to go with Buddy. I don't like the idea of being around dirty ladies. I really don't like the idea of being around a bunch of dirty cockroaches.
And you certainly don't like the idea about being around a whole bunch of dead bodies, do you?
Not that either.
The lesser of three evils, I hear you. So I climb on Asta and say, all right, see you at high noon. Yeah! And I light right off.
And how far is the morgue from here?
It's not far.
It's probably near the...
it's not a morgue. There's no morgue. They don't take bodies and inspect them. They're, the Undertaker, yeah.
The Undertaker's office.
So he doesn't have an office. He's like the low of the low. He takes the bodies and he also empties the bedpans, that type of thing. He's not someone...
Let's go see him. He's a sketchy character, though, right?
I don't know. You haven't met him yet.
Oh, okay. I thought we talked about this earlier.
Okay. Oh, yeah, he did. Elam did say he was
German.
Oh, he said he was
right.
Oh, yeah. He does. I mean, he's not well regarded, right? He's the.
He insinuated something was off about him.
Yeah.
All right, who you want to do first, GM?
Let's go closest. So we have Buddy and Lewis. Where are you guys going?
Well, Lewis and I are going to go talk to the ladies of the cat house.
Then we're going to go to Lacy first. Lacy.
Yes?
You actually, after you get directions from some of the townfolk, you find that he's living a little bit on the outskirts, a little bit further away from town. As you're coming up, you see a really ragged-looking cart and a horse, and a fire's burning, as he seems to be burning people's wares that are unwanted.
And so is this kind of like some sort of shelter?
Yeah, it's a tent. He's got a tent, and he's
So I go and knock on the wooden part of the tent.
You don't need to. He's out there burning materials like tables, things like that people don't want.
Well, good day, Mr. Undertaker.
How's it going?
Howdy doody. The name's Lacy. Put her there.
And he's a tall man. He's a very tall man, very thin. He grabs your hand, and it's a firm grip.
Oh.
Yes, Mr. Lacy, I am Dieter.
Nice to meet you, Dieter. The name's Lacy, yeah. I'm a deputy here, and you see, I've come to ask you.
A body you need disposed of?
Not yet, but I'm actually I'm coming to talk to you about a body that should have already been disposed.
Have I missed something?
Maybe.
Sorry for my Russian-German accent.
That's okay, I do that too. I can't seem to control my accents. I go from Australian to Western. Often enough, eh? I'm looking for this this body that wasn't. You got me fucking going. I'm looking for this body that wasn't disposed of properly, and it was.
I assure you, Mr. Lacy, I do try to look after my work.
Oh yes, I'm sure you do, Dieter, and that's fair. But something tried to kill us the other night, and we got the body, and it's someone that was hung just last week there on the gallows.
Raymond, I believe his name.
That's correct, Raymond.
The sheriff inquested that I leave the body there. He said something about a message was being sent.
Oh really? The sheriff said that.
Yes.
And so you let the... Sorry, go on.
Yeah, he asked that I leave the body in order to instill a certain message for the community to see.
A message. Not anything specific, just a message to...
As I recollect, he was a thief, and we do not take kindly to thieves here in Holton.
Fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. Yep, I myself don't take kindly to thieves. I am the law, and that is the truth. And so I thank you very much for your services there, Mr. Dieter. Anyways, the problem is that... well, what's the problem? So, I had something there I was gonna say. Now I lost
I believe you were saying this body attacked you.
Yeah. Yes. Now I can't be certain that it was this particular body per se, but it was someone that seemed like it. And have you ever seen anything or heard anything like that in the past?
Oh, I've been talking to this stuff a lot. I just turned to Irish.
That's okay. That's
okay.
Did you?
I have heard stories of bodies coming back. We have legends in our mythology of armies of the undead. No one seems to believe me. Old Dieter is a crazy man, they say. But I am sure to bury them 6 feet deep, just in case.
Well, if there's anybody that's the right person to talk to you, then Dieter, it's me. Because they call me crazy too. But I think it's just the inflection of my voice, quite frankly.
And then he goes over and he seems to get some really dollar whiskey, some really cheap stuff. He says, "Shall we drink? I don't have company very much." It's
well,
a French accent.
Hell, might as well. And so I cheers him, and
You shoot the shit with him for a while, and you realize he doesn't know very much. He does talk about the undead and rumors of them getting special powers and the ability for them to lose their mind when they die. Like, they have control, they can come back, and they can be completely cognizant, but at some points it seems that something takes them over. And this is what he talks about for a bit with you.
But you have no idea what seems to be causing the mind to take over the body.
Demons, Lacy.
Demons. Demons caused by the Ghost Rock?
And there's demons in the Ghost Rock.
Demons in the Ghost Rock. So do you think maybe, Dieter, that it could be the Ghost Rock that's failing to communicate with the actual people?
I'm sorry, Lacy.
Okay, what I mean is the Ghost Rock talking to the people? Is it maybe bringing them back, do you think?
I think so, Lacy. It takes a big drink of alcohol.
And pass me that, will you? Thank you.
Yeah.
So the conversation just gets better and better as we get drinking
more
and more drunk.
Okay.
All right, so this very well could be the Ghost Rock which brought him back to life, but you did not bury him, and you did not burn him.
Well, if I had buried him, sir, I think I just turned
British.
I'm gonna drop it. Okay, he's German. Imagine that.
Imagine a German. It's a German.
It's a German. Yes. Sie liebt dich, ja. Okay. He says the sheriff should have listened to me. If I had buried the body, he would have been safe 6 feet under. It's the sheriff's fault.
And you left him on the rope Right where he was hung?
Right the day he was hung. I was going to collect the body in the eve, but the sheriff stopped me.
And did you not bury... Do you bury all the bodies? Or does this happen often, where you hang them, they stay there hung, and have you noticed that happening with the bodies that stay hung? These stories of the
This is the first time we had a body left to hang.
This is the first time.
The sheriff seemed, before he sent for you guys, he seems to have changed his methodology a little bit. He seems a little harsher than he had been in the past. Perhaps that's why he sent for you. Because he's not the man that tends to be that way.
Maybe. So you think maybe this is happening more and more?
This is the first time I've heard of it.
So let's just continue drinking. I don't have to be back till noon, so...
So you guys keep drinking, and you don't get much more information out of it. Most of it you interpret to be a myth or rumor that he believes.
Okay.
Okay? Let's go to you, Lewis and Buddy.
All right, buddy, so what do we do? Do we just knock? Or do we just call them? Cat call them? What do we do?
Well,
Sure
we're
enough,
just going to go on
girls
up
already
the door,
greeting you
and we're going
guys,
to treat them
trying to
like
solicit.
proper ladies.
They're trying to solicit to you already. Saying, gentlemen, I'll show you a good time. If you want to poke, you can come in.
Now, again, we're going to go right up to the lady in charge, as I've already dealt with her. Fortunately, I can't remember her name.
She greets you at the door.
Ma'am?
Hello. Are you here for business? We'll give you a discount because of what you did last time.
Well, not that sort of business.
And you hear
I appreciate
grunting
the offer.
and noises that are guilty of the noises you'd hear in there.
Ma'am, I'm just wondering. We're looking for information on a man with a bullet hole through his hat. I'm wondering if you've happened to see one come through here.
We see a lot of men come through here. I can ask some of the girls. But at the top of my head, I can't recollect anybody coming in with a hole in their hat. Our fees are pretty steep, buddy.
Well, ma'am, if you would, ma'am, you could ask around the girls.
Just give me a moment. And she goes up into the back, and soon enough she comes back and says, well, anyone who wasn't too busy told me that they had not seen anybody with a hole in their hat. Nothing they can recollect, at least.
I appreciate your time, ma'am. If you do find anything, if you could let us know. We're staying at the sheriff's house.
Well, perhaps if you told me anything more about this man with a hole in the hat. Do you know anything else? Does he wear any clothing that I could recognize?
He may have a red kerchief with golden embroidery on it.
And what's the embroidery?
It's a cross.
Well, there you go. A holy man when you come in here.
Yeah, but it's a red cloth.
Like the one Buddy's wearing.
Different. And I described the one that we saw on the man that we apprehended. Stanton, I guess.
She says
Well,
no.
actually, I believe I still have it. Do I not?
I think I took it, didn't I?
Well, maybe you gave it to him. Would it make sense to give it to him if he's going to go inquire about it?
Yeah, probably.
What I whisper up to Buddy, I say, what was the name of that group? Were they called the Cowboys?
Was the
Anyways,
Cowboys.
as you're talking to Buddy, I kind of a woman who's got a few sores on her face comes and walks over and gets really close to you, Lewis. Can I interest you, handsome?
You can just have my money. I just reach in my pocket and I just hand her $2. I say, you just have it. You just have it.
As soon as you take out the money and you say you can just have it for not doing anything, other girls start approaching you, and now you're surrounded by all these women who are offering their services.
You're on your own, buddy. You're on your own. I don't know if they're called the Cowboys, but maybe... Ladies, have any of you seen the Cowboys?
And they start taking you back into the back room.
No. I am stiff as a board. Like,
You
my
will be.
body
That's
is
what
stiff
we're
as a
hoping
board.
for, Lewis.
All right.
I'm waiting for the one. None of you are virgins. None of you are virgins.
Now, Lewis, settle down. It's important.
All right, so you get the impression
treat a lady like a lady.
No, go talk to Father Barrow. He's the religious one. He's like him. He never shows up here, and I imagine anyone else who has a cross like that, willing to embroider it as fancily as that is done, would not show up here.
Thank you for your time, miss.
Yeah, thank you for your time.
Have a good day and stay safe.
Yeah, see.
You let
Carver.
me know if you need any help with anything.
I could always use a man like you around here. Carver, as you get closer and closer to where you know the Halton to live, Colonel Halton, as you remember from the war,
Is Harlan wearing a shirt? Okay.
bugs are hitting you in the chest.
Ugh,
And they're bee roaches, big bee roaches, every so often. And it seems to be getting thicker and thicker as you get there, but soon enough you get to an establishment, and this looks one of the oldest buildings in town.
Ooh. Ooh. All right. I tie assed up and I head inside.
So as you get to the door, it's a large double door, really well made. Got some money, you can tell. Yes?
Is that Halton in there?
Give me a second. And a door opens up, and there's a guy with these weird-looking, like lens glasses to magnify, and in this bug net.
Is that Mr. Halton?
Yes, it is.
Name's Carver White. Can I come in for a second, please?
Carver. Come on in. I am just working right this way. And as you walk in, you hear a buzzing in the air, and you look around, and the walls are lined with containers, glass jars and things with different insects, very strange-looking things. One looks as if it's a Hercules beetle, but it's got wings on it, like bird wings. Another one is a praying mantis, but it's kind of mixed with a snake.
Jeez,
Like
make all these,
mantis.
Mr. Halton?
Jeez.
It is a hobby of mine, aside from the work I do for the town. You can call me Colonel Halton.
Pleased to meet you, Colonel. You can call me Wade. Is this anything gonna bite me in here?
Well, I wouldn't put my hand in anything.
Yeah.
He's looking at some bugs, very intrigued by them, almost like a child.
Very well. I'm a deputy with the town of Halton, and I just had a few questions for you, if you'd be so kind as to oblige.
I would be very happy to help with anything, especially if it's to do with the law.
Of course. Wonderful. Do you have a room we can talk in, rather than standing in the front hall like this?
Right this way. And he walks over and he takes off the gear a little bit, and you see that he's got very blonde hair, like almost like bleach blonde hair, very very fair. And he walks into the room. May I get you a tea?
No, I'm fine. Thank you very much. It shouldn't take up much of your time. I just want to ask you a few quick questions, if that's all right by you.
It depends on the questions, I imagine.
Well, these bee roaches, they've been around for a little while now, yeah?
That is something my grandfather concocted, and he taught me, which is why I became a colonel, thanks to him.
So do you actually make the bee roaches, or breed them, or how does that work?
I would be very proud to say it is my grandfather. I will not take credit for something he's created. I can do the splicing that is needed to create something like this, but I did not have the wherewithal to do so. He was the one who created them for the town.
But these bee roaches, if you don't mind me saying, are a little bigger, more robust, stronger, more purebred, maybe a little more, what's the word, special than the ones that I've come to heard from legends.
Well, thank you very much. And you can see he's flattered as he gets really rosy in the cheeks.
Yeah. Anything you added to this new batch, so to speak, to make them a little stronger than last?
How do you like your tea?
None at all would be the answer for that.
I made tea.
No, I'm fine. I appreciate it, though.
You don't want any of my tea?
That would be correct.
And it sits down kind of a little bit upset, you can see.
So these bee roaches, extra special, and you made them yourself?
No, my grandfather made them, as I said.
But this last batch, they seem different than previous batches.
I pruned them and made sure that they're bred well, and I make sure that they're looked after.
Like a fine stallion, is that fair to say? You want to make sure thoroughbred classes.
I can show you some of the things I have made, if you'd like.
Oh, that would be fantastic in a short while. The bee roach sting is quite common around these parts. I wanted to ask you a question if you'd seen any that ever got infected.
Well, I've been stung a few times that left a nasty mark, but never an infection.
Yeah. We've recently come into a few cases where these stings have left a rather ugly infection on the person. And I'm just trying to...
As you're talking, he's making his tea, and you see him putting dollop after dollop of honey into his cup, almost 1-to-1.
You like it sweet?
Isn't this sweet?
That's a lot of honey for me. You, what was Elam saying about the sweetness? Sorry, out of character. He was saying
he's saying that if you take too much of it, there's been known that you'll lose your skin will get puffy, you lose finger, and there's sometimes amputations, comas, and things like that.
How old is this guy about?
He served in the war. He looks weathered. He's probably in his mid-40s.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah, you sure do like it sweet. A lot of folks in town, they take it sweet as well. They lose feeling in their fingers, sometimes need amputation. You seem all right, though.
Well, good enough for me. You know what they say. I mean, it's delicious, first of all, and I made this, so are you sure you don't want any tea?
I'm sure, thank you. You seem awfully insistent on the tea.
Well, it's more the honey, really. No bees, no honey, no work, no money.
Well, if it makes you feel better, I'd happily take some honey back with me and eat it tonight with my toast.
Well, I'd be happy with that. And he goes over and grabs a jar and hands it to you. You see, he perks up a little. So it's the tea. It's not the honey.
Well, like I said, it's the tea, and I put it down next to me. So about the bee roaches, the new batch, so to speak. Again, they seem different. Have you done something special to these batches?
I would not do anything to them. My grandfather perfected it.
So
I looked after. I just made sure that they're well taken care of.
So the genius, so to speak, hasn't been touched since your grandfather's years.
That's right.
Fair enough. Very nice. And you never saw anything about the infection, never heard anything about that. If I were to say...
Are you saying you know why my numbers are dropping? Is there an infection in my bees that you know about?
Well, it depends how fast are your numbers dropping.
Strangely, in the past, I've had a reduction, probably 10%, 10 to 20%.
Died.
Disappeared.
Sorry, disappeared.
Disappeared.
Ah.
The swarm has thinned, as it were.
Interesting. Interesting. So when you say the 10 to 20% is gone, you mean physically they've been taken or disappeared. Now that is interesting. That is very interesting. Do you know of anyone that showed a particular interest in the bee roaches as of late or within the last year or so?
Not the last year. Now, as I said, my name is Colonel Halton. There are many people who are interested. Usually, the Union back east, they're always interested in my work, and that's how I got to the standing that I'm in.
Mm-hmm.
You see, in the war, they were trying to constantly create species they could use as battle warfare, as it were, releasing swarms into the enemy's camps.
Yeah. Ain't that just the way you man, taking something peaceful and turning it into a weapon?
They are a very strong weapon, however.
Don't disagree. Anyone from around here maybe proposition you for looking into these as a weapon?
Nobody.
Not Mr. What's the railroad tycoon? I forget his name.
Which railroad tycoon? The one who is Hellstrom.
Hellstrom.
Yeah.
And what's the other one's name? Just so I don't forget.
The one who's from Los Angeles, you mean?
Sure.
Because we also have Delacroix, who is from Louisiana, but we have Father Grimm, who's kind of the leader of the
church.
Los Angeles. Yeah.
That's right. So then I say, not Mr. Hellstrom, Mr. Delacroix, maybe Mr. Father Grimm. And as I say each one,
you should say Hellstrom. When I was in the war, he was one of the biggest supporters of our work.
to weaponize the bee roaches.
Not the bee roaches. We never used the bee roaches. That was mine and my family's.
What did Hellstrom want to weaponize?
He was looking for something that he could turn the other's army and control them for himself. Why not fight the enemy with the enemy? It was a genius idea, and we were getting very close, remember. But the war ended, and that is in the past, and now I'm a bee roach farmer.
Of course. Now, I'm an inquisitive man, and I can tell, Mr. Halton, that you are like me, a inquisitive man. I do say I do enjoy the intricacies of learning about the various genuses and things of that. Would you agree with me on that?
I am very inquisitive, especially when it comes to my creepers.
Now, one of my favorite passions growing up was military strategy and war, things like that. So when you mentioned Hellstrom was looking to take something and weaponize it, I'm very intrigued by that. Please, tell me what you know. I'll try to persuade if I need to.
Yeah, he's eager to tell you. He's very proud of his work that he did during the war.
Perfect.
We were splicing army ants, we were splicing bees and wasps, and we were trying to create something that could crawl and take over a person through infection or a sting, and a neurological connection with a superior being could then usher them, control them through telekinetic abilities in order to attack and use the men against themselves.
Fascinating, fascinating. And what creature did you decide encompassed these traits?
The best one we could do, as it was the hardest to detect, was as a tick.
Ah.
Fair enough, a tick, eh? Now, just out of curiosity, the tick bite and a bee roach sting, would they look at all similar?
Yes, no, the tick latches on. The bee roach sting is impermanent. The tick will latch on and stay. Now, we did splice the tick. We spliced it with countless other species, so its mode of action might have changed because of the splicing.
Did Hellstrom ever approach you to try to weaponize the bee roaches? I know they cannot be touched, but perhaps that was on his radar.
I refused to work unless they left the bee roaches out of it.
But did he make the bee roaches part of his interest?
They're always interested, and I feel like that's why I was hired.
So he specifically mentioned weaponizing the bee roaches, to which you refused?
No. He approached me, and because of my work with the bee roaches, he asked if I could do this job for him.
I see. But the tick was the one that you decided on. There were no alternatives.
That is the one that seemed to show the most promise. There was a whole team of us. And as I said, we were never successful.
Fair enough, fair enough. Well, interesting. You give me a lot to think about, Mr. Holton. I appreciate that. Reminds me of a time I used to grow up a little kid playing with the bugs in the rivers and trees and streams and things like that. So
I heard rumors that there was bandits.
Yeah, do you recognize a red cloth with a golden cross on it?
Well, I just asked because if that has something to do with my bees going missing, I hope that you inform me, and I will be protected.
Well,
these are my life. This is not just mine. There's thousands of lives in the hives.
Well, absolutely.
The families of this town, Holton, rely on the honey.
Oh, no, absolutely. I don't disagree with that. So I just want to make sure you haven't seen a red bandana with a golden embroidered cross on it, have you?
I rarely leave here. I have my creepers to talk to.
I hate to be a stickler on this, Mr. Holton, but I'm going to need a yes or no.
No.
Appreciate
You're
that.
the first person I've seen in weeks.
Understandable.
You can stay if you'd like.
You know what? I would love to come back. I would love to have a long discussion with you. But, of course, Deputy, there's lots in town going on right now, and we want to make sure that everyone is safe and calm and whatnot. Now, I do want to keep an eye out for your missing bee roaches, because I find that part of the interesting aspect to this. So if you hear anything or know where they turned up, or you see them turn up, or even their bodies or carcasses, do you know whereabouts they went missing? Are they on your farm near the back, or?
There seems to be fewer of them north. The north end of the farms, the hives seem to be lowering in numbers.
Right. And now, call me crazy, but I just want to make sure I can cross off my list here. Could someone take what was being worked on for the ticks, weaponizing them, so to speak? Could someone with that information apply it to the bee roaches in some way, should they somehow capture a few of them?
It's plausible. The genetic code of the bee roaches, I think, is nearly perfected. I don't think it could be tampered with without destroying the creature.
Fair enough. So if I were to hypothesize, which means to speculate, that these bee roach stings were in some way connected to the weaponized ticks, you would say impossible?
Not my bees.
Perfect. That's all I needed to know. Appreciate your time, and I pick up the honey, and I will take this honey back, and I will eat it with dinner. I'm very happy to tell you what I thought about it.
Mr. White, wait, I will see you again, I hope, right?
Absolutely.
And he kind of grabs your arm, as if to say,
don't leave me. Of course. Actually, when he goes to grab me, I'm going to agile back. I'm going to use agility to dodge it.
Just for the sake of doing it.
So
so he's successful, and he kind of looks...
Not a rude way. I'm
he
just
kind of reaches for you and misses in the air.
Yeah, and I'll say, oh, I guarantee it. And you know what, Mr. Halton, you're always welcome to stop by town, too. We're staying at the sheriff's house. If you ever want to have a conversation or just shoot the breeze, you're always welcome.
Absolutely. He grabs the binocular-type glasses, and he puts them on, and his eyes look like they're going in different directions, and he goes, well, I hope to see you again. He goes back to
cool. Appreciate it. And I leave and get on Asta, and I ride back to town.
Okay. Where are you guys all meeting up?
Okay,
be in the bonnet, or be in the barrel.
Let's say, yeah, be in the barrel, be in the bonnet, whatever the fuck it's called, bee roach in the bonnet.
Depending on how long Buddy and Lewis took, yeah, because they might do something else.
Did Lewis get dragged in with the ladies?
Yeah. You can fight it, yep.
No, we'll say it happens.
All right, so you get dragged in.
Yeah.
And you come out. I'm going to tell the details, but things happen to you.
I love the way you said that. No, we'll just say it happens.
Now, I do, because I'm in presence of germs and stuff, I do perform at a -2.
So the girls aren't impressed.
Would they be, though? They dragged me in there.
Well, roll for it.
No. Yeah.
Well, let's see. You got a -2. Let's see if they're impressed. Roll.
Oh, God. Okay, what am I rolling? Agility? Smarts?
Sounds good to me.
Maybe spirit or vigor.
Vigor.
Vigor? Oh, God.
Definitely needs
Vigor, yeah.
It depends how you want to do it. The spirit could be willing, but the body is fleshy and bruised.
What's your... Are you agile?
Dude, it's willing.
Shooting is 0. Shooting. Can I just use my magic to pleasure everyone?
Inject them.
That's right.
Hot
Yeah, you should roll shooting.
Shooting, alright. Well, that's -6 then. Oh, -5.
Very disappointing.
Yeah, in fact, it's a critical fail, I think.
They say it's up. You know what? You can come back later. We'll make sure we look after you.
Thanks.
Too many germs
It happens. It happens.
It's never happened to me before.
That's
But
why
I'm a virgin, so that's why. I mean, I don't know what I'm doing here.
You couldn't get your mind off the
dirtiness. It was the dirtiness.
Yeah.
Buddy.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you very much, ladies. This has been an experience.
To say the least.
Everybody else. Well, that was fun. Thank you for that, Chris. I needed that.
All right. And I'm heading
Okay.
right to the bee in the barrel, or what's it called? Bee in the bonnet?
So,
Be in the barrel.
I always forget the name. Bee in the barrel, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Bee in the Barrel.
let's go there real quick and exchange our information. because I don't think we need to repeat everything, but we can quickly break it down. I learned, so we're all back at the bee in the bonnet.
Guys, I'm just gonna go stop a noise in my house right now. You guys talk about and share the information that you got.
Perfect.
And, plan ahead, and I'll be back.
All right,
So,
Lacey. Lewis, buddy.
what I found out from the Undertaker is that the body that of the Ramon
Right.
is the only body that they've left hanging there for a long time. And although he has heard of this, in his culture, they've heard of bodies coming back to life like this before, but as far as I understand, not in this town before. And that was the only body that they left hanging. So maybe that's a direct result.
All right, so the body was left hanging that night, so they didn't take it in. It wasn't dug up or anything like that.
It was left as some sort of to the people, some sort of memento to the people to say, don't steal.
A message. I get
message.
it. Buddy Lewis, what about you guys?
Well, I believe I'm still sitting outside waiting for Lewis.
Oh yeah, no, I'd be done. Wouldn't take me very long.
Well, Lewis, congratulations on becoming a man.
Oh no, not exactly. Not exactly. Let's just get back to the bar.
What'd you guys learn?
Oh.
Well, I think Lewis's lessons outweigh the rest.
Right.
Yeah.
What did you learn? What did you learn, Carver?
Hold on. Did you guys learn anything about the handkerchief?
They didn't seem to know. You see, like I'm kind of sweating. They didn't really seem to know anything about the people.
You all right, Lewis? You look a bit perturbed.
Well, yeah, no, I'm good. I'm just had a bit of a run-in.
And I lean over and I say, Lewis, did those ladies try to take your seed?
They tried to take it.
Did you say no?
I tried to say no, but I couldn't get my words out.
Did you end up giving them your gift?
I didn't.
Your hot beef injection.
I wasn't rolling real good, if you know
That's
what I mean.
All right. I understand why. Nothing to be ashamed of. You weren't in the mindset. I know you.
No, I wasn't in the mindset. But I'm really glad. I'm glad that it didn't happen.
That's right.
It didn't happen.
All right.
Because, I don't know what was going on in there. There was a moment though, Carver. There was a moment where I forgot about the germs.
Really?
I wasn't thinking about the germs no more, man.
Well, that's good, man. That's progress.
I guess so. But now I'm thinking about them.
Right. Anyway, I rolled up to Mr. Halton. Crazy old fellow, real sweet though. Speaking of sweet, actually, and I pulled the jar of honey. He gave me that. However, I wouldn't eat it right away. It seemed like something might be up. Now listen, this part's interesting. Apparently, he was in the Army. This is Mr. Colonel Halton, and when he was, Hellstrom, the railroad tycoon, wanted to weaponize creatures, ticks, things like that would bite and infect you, so that you would attack your own kind. Now, boys, regardless of the means of transportation, I am certain that a case of this has come into our sheriff, and I think that maybe someone is behind it.
We should probably check those bodies for ticks. If you're saying there's weaponized ticks,
well,
we haven't been looking for ticks.
He said that the bites could be similar. However,
but a tick, it stays in.
I know, but he also mentioned that there were groups of bee roaches that were missing, and he seems convinced that they couldn't cross-pollinate in the sense that you couldn't take the weaponized ticks and apply it to the bee roaches. But I don't know if I'm convinced just yet.
All right, but can I just say that we should probably check the bodies of Ramon and even the sheriff for ticks.
Absolutely, that's good without a question. I agree. We got the body in the sheriff's house, so that's going to be step number one. I just want to, and I tell them whatever I might have missed. That basically the weaponized ticks, Hellstrom, and 10%. So Hellstrom is the big one. Hellstrom was behind this, and Hellstrom, to my knowledge, is just north of here. Is that right?
Yeah.
Hellstrom is very far, close to Salt Lake City.
Okay, but doesn't he have a
Sorry, I don't know if you can see my map here. I think
No.
you done. Okay.
Screen share.
There's. Let's see here. There's Utah.
Yeah.
Right here.
Okay.
Salt Lake is up here.
Where are we?
That's Nevada. Sorry, let's go over to Utah.
Where are we? Are we
We're
in
in the bottom. We're in the bottom left in Utah,
Okay.
Put it on.
and Salt Lake
put it
is
on
way
Chris
up
there.
there.
Right. Does it not? Do we not have?
Put it on
Okay.
Chris there.
It is on
Sorry.
Chris. Do we not have? Does he not have a contingency or not contingency? Constituents in this area?
Yeah, there's a shop that sells sort of gizmos and that type of thing, steampunk from the Ghost Rock type things. There's a shop in town that provides their materials here.
Interesting. So who out of Hellstrom, Delacroix, and Grimm would have the most likely influence in this area, if any?
Hellstrom, by far. He's the one who's pushed for the Ghost Rock in order to. That's what he needs for all his materials and all his forges.
So he does have a thing, just not him physically in this area. All right. All
So
right.
maybe he's got connections with Henry O'Toole.
Well, possibly. And I'm also thinking that we need to start playing this real close to the chest. Look, Holton seemed like an innocent guy. I don't think he's behind this. But if someone around here stole 10 to 20% of his bee roaches and infected them with this virus so that they could sting people on their whim. Now, again, that's a bit of a stretch, but I do think we might be dealing with someone within the town that is looking to be hurting others. So I think we need to start playing this a lot smarter. And that goes for you, Lacy. A little more tight-lipped. But I do want to check out, can we, before we kind of bed down for the afternoon, can we just check the body in the back room, see if it's got any ticks on it?
So you guys are gonna go back to the sheriff's office to do that?
Yeah.
Yes.
And we'll end on the body.
Absolutely. Going back to the body, you don't find any ticks. You look up now. You don't find anything.
But this is Ramon. It doesn't sound like Ramon was
Yeah, Ramon is-
experiencing any
Ramon
of
is
those.
yeah. Ramon is very different, right, than the sheriff.
Right. Sorry, yeah, that's right. But then I meant we should check the shit. Well, we wouldn't have been tough anyway. All right, we can do that first next time.
But what are we going to do about tomorrow? We got that train robbery that's supposed to be coming.
Well,
So
it's
we
only
can prepare
noon
for
right
that.
now. Here's my thinking. You guys said, what did you say the horror said when you showed them the cross?
Let's refer to them as ladies.
Buddy, we're not doing a PC culture here. They're whores.
Listen, they've got a hard enough life as is. Treat them
It's
like
a hard
ladies.
enough life.
Buddy, I ain't saying it to demean them in any way. They are the technical definition of a whore.
It's their profession.
Now get out there on your ass. Now that's technically incorrect.
Now, so what are we going to do about this train robbery? Do we know where it's going down?
Well, I was asking today when you spoke to the whores, what do they see when you showed them the cross?
They didn't know anything about the cross. They hadn't seen anybody come in with that cross. They said to speak to the priest about it.
Bingo. Then why don't we go speak to the priests right now, find out what we can,
ASAP. Let's go.
figure out how we can't stop this train.
Chaplain. Let's do it.
Okay,
I
so
calling out.
you get to just outside the steeple. The priest walks up, Father Barrow. He says, "Sons, what can I do for you?"
And I grab his beard and I say, "Tell us about the guys at the handkerchief."
Oh, just Lacy, stop. Do you know anything about this handkerchief?
Perhaps we should get inside. And we're going to end there.
All right.
Perhaps we should.
Grab his beard. Tell us what we need to know in a hostile way.
Is this even real? You're not even a real Santa Claus.
You did that last time, though, right? That's kind of your character.
I
with it,
did.
right? Yeah.
Now, he was drunk
yeah.
last time. I don't know if you want to do that this time.
He wasn't
Well-
also there, so I still smack you away. No, don't grab his beard. He's a nice man. Thank you so much for being with us here on this Wednesday night. It has been such a blast doing this. I want to remind everybody that we are here next week again with Deadlands Part 4. So we'll see what happens then. And then we have a bit of a hiatus with End of the World, Running Dead. A break from Deadlands. We're still running. End of the World, Running Dead, Quest Core, Roll for Shoes, and A Swashbuckler's Life. It is going to be a myriad of all of us
It's like a
running
summer
one-off.
festival of one-offs.
It is a summer festival. You know what? Let's call it that. This is going to be the summer festival of a better name. Person who thinks of the best name on the stream, I encourage somebody to start a thread, comment below. The best name is what we will name it, and 5 XP to whoever gives the best name of the Invictus Games Festival, something like that. So there you go. And that's starting not next week, but the week after. So make sure you guys stick around, hang out, subscribe, like, all that kind of stuff.
Oh, wait, but it can't be Invictus Games.
No, that is something.
No, that's the thing.
Yeah.
That won't work.
No, it can't be Invictus Games. It has to be something else. Be creative.
Something new.
Something new. So thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you, Chris, for running this game. Thank you, the players, for being here. We had a fantastic time. Everyone from North America have a fantastic long weekend. I think it's July. What is
First,
it?
July
July 4th.
The States has July 4th. We have the
That's
July
what I'm saying.
4th.
Well, they're Monday. We're Friday off.
Yeah,
So it's a
everyone.
long weekend for North America.
It's our
Well,
first
but not
Mexico?
Europe and stuff. Well,
Oh,
yeah,
That's South America, I guess.
I don't know what it is.
What's North America?
Yeah,
North
let's.
America.
Well, let's. Yeah.
So Americans get
Central
the
America.
Monday off. You
Let's do
Americans get the Monday off. Us Canadians get the
We get the
Friday,
Friday
off.
off for July the 4th.
And Mexicans get what? Do they get siesta? They get siesta all
They
year.
had their made
Every year. Hey,
Let's just, we'll just pretend we don't know.
They had their Cinco de Mayo.
All right, so have a fantastic long weekend. If you don't have a long weekend, I'm sorry, but you know what? Take off Monday anyway. We're going to see you next Wednesday, and we will talk to you all at the group and have a blast. That's all for me, as Chris always likes to say.
like this post or like this video, and we'll see you around the table.
See you on the table, guys. Good night.
Good night.